between the teams. And it's not really like that anymore. You know what I mean? Do you remember that, though? Like, back in 2013,
I do.
Everything was online all the time. And we had, like, 2 or 3 LANs a year outside of majors, it felt like.
I was always afraid to type in the lobbies. I never wanted to get on anyone's nerves. And every time we've had a newer caster and they've asked me about it, I've always advised, just don't talk. You know, unless you have specifically like, hey, you guys messed up this part of the rules, or you're responding to a direct question, just fuck off and read Twitch chat. All right, you got your own chat room. Leave that one for the players. But I digress, bud. We got game number 1 here ready to go. Liquid versus VP. A little slow getting this lobby loaded in. But alas, we are here. No surprise to see the techies ban against VP. Everything else looking fairly standard. Maybe that tree stands out a little bit. We've seen him picked a few times. I think he's a good laner. I think Tree might be a little underloved.
It's a Zayat's hero. It's like his best hero.
Another Zayat's hero? Okay.
Yeah. It was like back on Vega Squadron, he was playing a lot of Tree. I definitely stole all of his Tree tactics. When Tree was broken and I was playing some Tree games, I just copied everything he did, and it worked really well.
5 seconds remaining.
Zayat's is very, very good on that hero.
Well, there you go.
The Oracle's still in. The big liquid hero. The Keeper of the Light is still in. I feel like those our Wind Ranger and our Tusk, right? Everyone's been banning that Wind Ranger. Can I see that again?
Uh-oh, VP, I hope they've done their homework here. They ban out the Oracle, but given that Liquid banned the Death Prophet, I guess they are still pretty confident on the Oracle. That's the combo that they've really prioritized.
I think they'll take the Coddle, though. I think Coddle's king in this situation. Maybe Grimstroke, I guess there's an argument for. Oh, I would not have guessed Phoenix, but they do like their Mars Phoenix. It's just been banned all the time.
To Phoenix.
I wonder why they like Phoenix more than the Grimstroke. Like, I guess Phoenix just secures team fights a lot better the whole game than Grimstroke does. Like, we've seen the power of Sunray. Sunray has just like single-handedly won a lot of the games I've been casting over the past couple weeks. Just such an insane ability.
Remaining.
They seem to like healers. Maybe that's a little bit of it. They have opened with the Grimstroke a few times also. Now, if you're VP, do you feel obligated to take the Mars as a potential deny pick?
That's a good question.
Knowing how well the Egg and the Arena work together, I mean, it's a fine hero. Although VP grabbed the Beastmaster, I think likely your position 3 and a Crystal Maiden. So they go the complete different route. They're gonna try to fight fire with ice.
Well, we do see the Beastmaster a lot versus the Phoenix, which makes sense because it's just attack speed for everyone versus the Egg. That's just kind of handy. Plus, the hero is just super strong.
Vision
has a lot of physical damage versus no armor. Yeah, vision. You know, Beastmaster owns. So nothing too crazy about that. The Crystal Maiden, though, that's still a pretty unusual pick these days, especially when most of Solo's heroes were still in. Assuming that it is his, this could be an aggressive dual lane. This could be for Zayat's.
It's interesting. Like, you see the CM against Shen. That's the one time I feel like I can get behind a CM pick in the current meta. She doesn't really feel that strong. She's one of these ramp-up supports where in the lane, you can get run over very easily.
Well, I mean, it depends a lot on her laning partner, right? Like, she can also absolutely dominate a lane if she just ferries out like 6 mangoes.
She can. It's possible, but I think you put it right. You have to draft around it. You got to pick CM with a goddamn plan. You're not just picking this hero as a casual support. We're giving mana to our team. It's a little more nuanced than that right now.
But they take the Mars. The Warlock, though. We weren't Warlock fans.
We are definitely an upgrade from the Warlock.
Actually, you know, this is actually my pub counter to the Phoenix because you get the level 20 talent with Crystal Maiden. And then you always destroy the Egg. Right. I'm always thinking of that. I'm not even kidding. You know you're going late game.
I mean, in pubs, that's fair. I don't think it's ever a winning proposition to count on your team to close it out early in solos.
Dude, there it is.
I would definitely not bank on that. The Juggernaut ban. Oh, shit. The Lycan, he's getting inside of their head.
And now they're like, well, is it just because like Jug's good versus Phoenix and like kind of good versus Mars? It's the spin, or are they picking the Lycan? Do we have to ban the Lycan now, guys? Igor, what are your thoughts?
Igor.
Virtus Pro's turn to pick.
This is
they
tough.
ban out the Grimstroke.
You don't actually know if Liquid are just going to run the Phoenix and the Mars together, or if they're going to give the Phoenix over to Insania, which is very likely, and they're going to pick one of these other Taiga heroes that are just so obnoxious with the Mars, right? Like the Dark Willow. We see all the time. I already like the Willow because of the ground target versus Crystal Maiden. Like the glimmer into the ulti. It's always good to have some stuff that can break her out of that if you can't target her.
You know, Lycan is still in the pool.
I mean, they already have the Beastmaster. It's very likely that they could go like Coddle.
Dude.
I think you pick Coddle here and you run the Crystal Maiden as a 4, and then just go all out aggro.
Oh, CM in the 4.
It lets you play really fast. They could also do like Witch Doctor and try that, but I'd rather just pick Coddle because I think Coddle's just like better.
See, can't you just take a hero like an Ogre or something and match him up in the lane against CM? And then she just gets bullied?
If she's playing the 5, but not when she's playing the 4.
Okay.
Because when you're playing the 4, it's just like your offlaner guy's just going to fight with you the whole time.
I don't know that it's the 5 CM, though, seeing this Pango Beastmaster. 4 Pango, 3 Beast, 5 CM would be my guess. In a vacuum, at least.
Yes. I
don't think 5 Pangos too impressive.
No, we'll be hoping for a 5 CM. That does limit their position 1 pool, though, because now you're going to want someone who's largely independent, which does bring up the liking conversation again. And maybe he can't like play that well with Crystal Maiden in terms of offensively, but you already assume that you're going to be on the back foot versus like a Mars and a Phoenix, so. I mean, is there any reason not to pick Coddle here and just give Taiga the Phoenix? I guess Coddle's not that good versus Pango if they went that route. They could just go for... They already banned the Grimstroke, so that was a good cover of the Pangolier, right? Make sure they wouldn't just have that leash to stop the ulti. Oh, Rubik's still in. Yeah, they're going to pick Taiga Rubik, like, for sure. It's a really good Rubik
down for the game.
What?
No.
Why do you do this?
It's the Witch Doctor.
Oh, dude, the Rubik looks so good, though.
Well, there's just 2 sources of heal. That's like the only advantage I can think of Witch Doctor over the Rubik in this kind of scenario. He has a heal.
I guess I would assume that their only thought was that the lane wasn't going to go well, and they wanted someone to help secure the position 1 a little bit better. Use the Witch Doctor plus their carry. Make sure that either Mickey or Quakefa, you never know who's going to be the side lane. These guys will have a better time, and then the Phoenix and Mars will be laning together. Because like you can imagine that if it's Phoenix plus 1 carry, like you could get run down by something like Beastmaster Pango. But damn, it was a nice Rubik game. Oh, it's painful.
Witch Doctor versus CM. A blast from the past. I guess Witch Doctor also does synergize with their team fight catch in terms of dropping the Death Ward inside of the Mars arena. Like, that's kind of a cool combo.
Cask is okay with the egg too, because everyone like clumps around trying to kill it.
Yep. And if, I mean, I don't know who's the 4 and who's the 5.
It'll probably be Insania on the 5 Witch Doctor, but you never know. We did have a... Who was it? Yapsor played the Witch Doctor recently for Secret.
So, but I've played the Mars Witch Doctor lane a couple times, and you certainly have a decent amount of kill threat. The Cask makes it easy to set up for spears, and then you got your Cursed Ground Maledict on top of that, and Mars hits him with a Rebuke, and you're generally going to find some kills there. So I wouldn't underestimate that combo. It's slightly akin to like the Witch Doctor Centaur. Maybe a little bit less bursty, but... Well, here you go. Morphling. A carry that will be more independent later on, but... Like, is this going to be a CM Morphling lane? Because that's about as rough as it gets at level 1,
yeah,
I'd say.
That doesn't sound very fun, does it? And they're on Dire.
It'll ramp up. I think once you hit like level 6, level 10, you know, then that combo feels pretty good. Like pre-ultimates, I think you're gonna get bullied like crazy.
Yeah, that almost makes you want to put the Witch Doctor in the aggro lane now.
Yeah. Like, Witch Doctor can be pretty good against Morphling early on just because of the Maledict. It makes it so much harder for you to morph the way that you want to get the value out of regen. It just adds another element that Morphling has to play around when he's particularly weak. And now Liquid, they get the big boy. It's the Wolfman, Mr. Lycan.
That's too funny, though. Thoughts on Jug versus Lycan? Ban Jug, pick Lycan. Insania's gonna have to do his own research, I guess. He's like, fine, if you won't tell me, I'll just throw out the Lycan and we'll see how this goes. And next game, I'll let the Jug through, and then it'll be fine. And they're gonna... Man, how far has OD fallen that he can't even be picked here, dude? Versus a Morphling, versus the Roar with the Astral Save. You know, there's some quality OD things here, but alas, the hero is in the dumpster. They banned the Lina instead, another kind of classic Morphling counter where she just roams around and looks for the kills. There's still Queen of Pain, though, who's been very popular. Yeah. Can fill a similar role. There's also... Oh, shoot, there was someone else I was thinking. Oh, Pugna's still in, too.
All pretty good options against the Morphling. He's just rough against burst damage. I think that's the big one. Pugna always feels good against the Morph.
It's also just like the game, right? With like Pugna with Lycan and Mars and just running down. Having someone to help take these towers nice and fast and just cement your control over the game.
I think both Pugna and Quap fit the bill there. Like Queen of Pain can play around in the Mars arena very well. You've got this really solid team fight. That Pangalier's a little bit annoying. He'll break things up. I guess Pango is pretty annoying against Witch Doctor, but so far I'm liking this Liquid draft quite a bit. Very meta plus a Witch Doctor.
It's also a good Monkey King game, but they don't know their matchup would be the only downside, and they'd have 3 melee cores. But I mean, we've seen teams still get away with that.
Team Liquid.
I kind of like the Queen just because the lane worrying. You know, you're safe, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Picking blind into a match. I mean, does Pugna really have that many?
No, Pugna or Queen of Pain
mid?
are both fine by that regard, I would say. It's like nothing just ends your game, really.
Rose, turn to pick.
It's
and
the
they
Quap.
will take the Queen.
Okay. Very well-rounded draft here. Great mix of initiation, mobility, pushing, plenty of damage throughout the mid-game in these team fights. Might have trouble dealing with the Morphling like late game. If he somehow has a really good lane, if this Morphling starts to take over. I feel like this Liquid draft sort of has to play from ahead to look good, but I also think they'll be able to achieve that. I mean, so far based on the lanes.
Puck looks kind of good. I mean, we've been seeing a lot more Puck lately just because like someone who can lane versus the Queen of Pain, but it would do their lineup good. Maybe a little low on damage just because it's like a lot of stun stacking, but CM can help a lot with that. If Pango hits his spells, that's going to help. Gets a little lucky maybe.
You need some sort of tether or some sort of big lockdown. Lycan Quap has so much mobility, and we've seen Grimstroke in a lot of these games actually against Lycan, Storm, Queen of Pain. VP banned it out, and they take the Timber Saw.
Okay, nice. So that's probably for no one, right?
I think so. I think it's got to be Timber.
Let's say they're having a discussion. Maybe W likes playing it or something. I don't know, but
we'll see. Solo and Zayats grab their heroes.
Yeah, it's not a massive no one hero that I just instantly think. You know what I mean? Like there's some mid laners who you're just like, oh yeah, it's their Timber. You know, but
I mean, is this Beastmaster mid? They haven't picked yet, which is why I'm wondering if they're even considering it. I haven't seen that since like Fada played it. No one takes the Morphling. ILTW takes the Beastmaster, and Rezo grabs the Timber.
There were discussions on who wanted to play the Timber, it would seem. Who wants what here, guys?
It's one of those Solo picked it and went, all right, now one of y'all core is going to have to figure this out. I'm
fight amongst yourselves.
I know what I'm playing.
That's like the
one tricked out Pangolier, man.
He really is. Some Jack Sparrow shit going on.
Extra piratey.
You know, the intro to that movie, the first one when Jack Sparrow on that boat, that's like top movie openings of all time.
Oh, hell yeah.
To think that was the opening of a giant franchise of movies, they really nailed that.
Yeah, that franchise is a little cheesy. It gets worse overall, but the beginning, I'm with you, dude. I think
we were the right age for it when it came out. Yeah. It was like...
I think if you watched all the movies back to back, like 1 through 4, it just progressively gets worse over time. Even the first movie, right? It starts up here and then just slowly comes down. Well, I don't even think Johnny Depp's in the last one. I mean, it's as bad as it gets. So what do you think here? Do you like this VP draft? Do you think this Timber pick is the carpet that really tied the room together? Or you feeling this Queen of Pain Lycan?
I've seen the Morphling versus the Queen of Pain before. In terms of the late stage, and I feel like that's what they're gonna try and do, obviously with no one taking it, plus just no one being no one. And it kind of reminds me of that Bristleback Ember one, where it's like, except Bristle and Ember, it was like, one of us is going to die first, right? I'm gonna spam quills, and you're gonna flame guard at me, and one of us is going to die, and that's gonna be it. Whereas the Queen of Pain Morphling one is more like, the Queen of Pain might overcommit and die, and if she does that, that's going to be bad. But if she doesn't overcommit, then it'll be fine. But alas, that's not what we're doing. We're just going to give Quakefa free farm mid, because Quakefa is just going to take the Lycan to the mid lane instead. So there we go.
Okay, so this is definitely one of the advantages to this Liquid squad, is they are not afraid to switch things up. They do not play these rigid player locked into lane position kind of game. Lycan on Morphling, it should be okay. I think Lycan's got enough regen, enough damage that he'll be able to work the jungle.
Yeah.
Farm the lane.
It's not going to be good for the Lycan, but it's also, look at his other option, right? Like with the Timber Saw coming out, they don't want to send him into the Timber.
Yeah.
So this is what they've wound up with instead. I
guess he could deal with the
I think this last pick was very good. I would not be feeling too hot about these lanes if I was Liquid right now.
It certainly puts that CM into focus a little bit more. I'm excited to see what Solo can get done. Yeah, VP will start at least in an aggro try setup. Solo takes a dagger. It's a 3-on-2 though, and now VP get a little more aggressive. They know Mick A does not have a blink, and uh-oh, this Queen of Pain, she might take an early tumble here. She has no escape plan.
Not expecting so many heroes, I guess. That's a pretty brutal first blood to hand over to the Timber Saw that, you know, already going to be a pretty hard lane, I think. Like, Queen of Pain is not going to do that well versus the Timber, right? Like, what is the main benefit of a Queen of Pain? She chips you down over time with damage. These guys can just do whatever they want. Like, he's got a ton of regen, he's got armor. They are going to try and body block the wave, try and push this one back out so that their own wave dies, and the wave will meet near the tower. And there will be some time where Rezo needs to level up, right? Because he started with the Timber Chain to secure the kill. But yeah, he's going to be just fine.
I think so. Although, does the Timber actually stop the Quap from farming? Because you're right, she can't kill him. He completely negates any of her threatening prowess, but it should be the kind of matchup where they just trade farm for the most part.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the support play on the sides, though. Like, are they just going to kill Insania like 4 times? You know what I mean? Like, is Zayas just going to walk at him with his Orb of Venom, and then the Queen of Pain doesn't rotate over to help, and then let's say the Queen does blink over, does the Timber suddenly Timber Chain, and then she's got 15 seconds where she won't be able to blink again, you know?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Solo did make his way up top. There we go, though. That Maledict, level 2. Oh, yeah. That is one thing you love.
Doctor.
Yep.
Very nice against the Timber, no doubt. Keeping eyes on this mid lane, though. Koikfa off to a good start against no one. Obviously, Morphling ramps up pretty significantly in the first couple levels, so I would expect the Lycan to have an advantage at the start. Can Morphling kill neutrals from the mid lane effectively? I feel like that's one of the aspects of this mid matchup that'll favor Koikfa, is how quickly he can tear through the jungle when the lane pushes in.
Yeah, well, it's not really a massive problem. I mean, you can jungle and stuff as the Morphling. It's just not as easy or safe, right? It's like,
yeah. You ain't no Storm Spirit, that's for sure.
No. But he's better than your average bear still, you know. But I mean, that's kind of one of the qualifications of mid lane. You know, if you can't at least do some neutraling, you're probably not a mid hero.
If you can't kill neutrals, you're automatically disqualified.
Pretty much.
Zayat and Insania trading some blows, and Insania getting the better of it so far. This is one aggro Witch Doctor, and whoa, look at that blink from Mick A. It's only a level 1 Zayat, and Swashbuckle's got that pretty long cooldown of 20 seconds. Try to pressure him, but alas, he makes it back.
It's hard to figure out what to do right now in terms of like pressuring Rezo too, because like you can try and keep going for these plays with the Maledict and everything right now, and it will be effective, but he's also still got 4 tangos, he's got a stick, and like it's just gonna keep stacking up. By the time he's level 5, those kind of plays don't work, because the way Maledict functions is that it's based off of how much damage you've lost since the curse begins, right? And that adds the additional burst and stuff. And so when you're regenning a ton through it with the reactive armor, it's not gonna look nearly as cool as it did at like, you know, level 1.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
They're rotating
things.
Zayat's up top when the wave is really far pushed out. So he must be up here just for the pull, but there's no camp to pull at the moment. Oh, he can get the 18-second pull, though. And they have an Observer Ward, too.
We see this sometimes with these pretty stable offlaners. I say that, and Rezo gets initiated on. It's a level 2 Maledict, but I don't think that'll be enough for the kill. But Timber kind of wants the solo XP here. Zayat wasn't really doing much in the lane, couldn't really pressure. So I think the call is like, well, at least you can secure us up top. You can pull, you can get something out of the jungle, because down here, you're just holding both of us back.
And now, yeah, this has turned into a very bad situation.
Yeah. Timber's kind of greedy like that. We'll see Zayat take some damage against Taiga. 4 minutes coming up, so we could see some pressure on the runes. Taiga able to Icarus dive away.
I thought this would go better because I thought Rezo would just cut sooner. But he's sticking to it in the lane. Needs to be really careful here. Yeah, they're just gonna jump right on top of Rezo. Oh, he didn't get the. Oh, he did get the bounce. But
oh, it goes back to him actually. The Timber Chain makes this hard. No more blink from Mickey, but they're handling the Timber. Witch Doctor very effective so far. You don't have to kill him to secure the lane for the Quap. I mean, he's 9-1 right now compared to the 14-7 Queen of Pain.
I wasn't expecting the Pango to just dip so early.
Do you think he should have stayed? I mean, you feel like he was actually doing something? Because I can kind of understand the call of why they'd want him to at least work the jungle, and he was like losing the duels against Witch Doctor.
Well, I kind of thought he would stay bottom and just like pull the first couple waves for like the first few levels until they got him back up into a better reactive armor situation, right? Because like, what's Witch Doctor going to do pulling the waves around as a Pango?
Yeah, that's a pretty fair point.
They're going for the sneak play mid, though. Insania is running up behind, hoping that no one's going to be asleep at the wheel.
And there's the cast. Ooh, nice dip, but he gets off the Kirks. Koikva not going to be able to finish him off. Good call TP. Meanwhile, up top, Zayats did go down. Battle for the rune. They're also going to get a kill on the solo. Ty and Boxy make the dream work in the top lane. 2-0.
They are absolutely crushing right now. I mean, the only one having a really great time, I guess, is the Morph.
So he's doing pretty
like
well.
5 last hits. The Beast. I mean, the Beastmaster last hits are kind of fine, but I'm just looking at these supports and just dropping your Crystal Maiden and your Pango. That's pretty painful. Slightly greedy
CM
supports
now. 500 net worth on her. She's a stick and a couple of potions.
One thing that Insania did really well that made this lane go even better bottom was that like he was able to get that big zone out at the level 3, and then he kept him stuck out there so that he couldn't get any more reactive armor. And then like even right now, Rezo's not getting a pull onto him, right? He's got 8 charges from 1 creep. It's just taking way too long. And Mickey is just sticking on him. Just saying, I'm not letting you back near the creep wave again.
Kind of how I have to play against the Timber. Give him a taste of his own medicine. This is what he'd be doing to you if the roles were reversed. Can't let this hero accelerate.
Well, this is really bad because you also can't let this hero stall out if he's on your team. I think.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Like, this presents a sticky situation for VP.
Your only hope is that he's absorbing enough of the attention of the Queen of Pain that it's going to be worth it for no one, because once Mickey hits level 6, there's a temptation there to start hunting for no one, right? Like, make a rotation mid, try and get a Sonic Wave kill, and then that's when Rezo will start cutting the tower, the creeps will start hitting it, and then someone's going to have to try and hold that back. So maybe that'll be something they can try and pull apart and perhaps abuse with like the Hawk Vision down bottom, but there's going to be this pressure, I think, on Virtus.pro to make that southern movement at some point.
A lot of pressure on this Morphling right now. So that's a ways to go before he's ready to do much. Go Shred's first item. Really curious to see what build no one looks for. If we see like a relatively fast E-Blade, if he goes Manta.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Curious to get a little bit of insight of how VP see the tempo going. I think sometimes you can make a case for a fast E-Blade if it allows you to find those pickoffs. You know, if you can one-shot Witch Doctor and start getting your bankroll going, it's a recover and get yourself back in the game. But
I mean, it's a really good E-Blade game, but
it's a little risky.
Can depend. Yeah, it depends on how fast Mickey is playing too. See if he starts going for that Orchid.
Orf can definitely get trapped in that next item syndrome, right? We've remarked before, like pretty long gone are the days of Morphlings going Lincolns first before they feel like they can go for another item. I doubt we'll see something nearly that defensive, but I mean,
what an item.
Sometimes you have to go for like an early BKB though, and it's another one that doesn't necessarily feel like first item BKB on Morphling never feels good. Put it that way.
There's games where it's, yeah, I mean, you're right. It's never like amazing, but there's definitely games where you can get away with it just because of how powerful your ulti is. And this is one of those games where the ulti is actually really good. So independent of what his item build is, no one should be thinking a lot about like who's going to be targeting during these team fights. It sounds kind of weird, but even something as like simple as a Witch Doctor, like if you can get off a good cask and a Maledict, like just super fast with your ulti, it's completely fine. But the big dream ones are of course like big mobility, things like the Queen of Pain, or even just an additional spear from the Mars.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Starting to feel like Witch Doctor's a little bit of a counter pick to the Timbersaw. He's just so good at threatening. Anytime the Timber gets aggressive, Insania hits a curse, and the Timber basically has to run or TP or threaten his own life.
He's always been a good counter to like the super tanky offlaners. Like when Tide was popular, that was pretty much the last time Witch Doctor was like super meta before as of now.
Good against
like,
Bristle too.
Yeah, anything that you can really abuse the Maledict, but
Are fortified.
it is, you know, dependent on this kind of a situation, a 2v1, you know. This is where Witch Doctor definitely shines. It's kind of like Disruptor, where like the 2v2s aren't necessarily his best thing, but Insania just has like total freedom right now. Gets that big ward in behind too. Don't think that Cat's gonna hit.
Yeah, no bounce, but blink forward from Mickey. He's got the ult, and this should be enough. One more tick. There it is. Insania gets credit for the kill.
But it's not on my Morphling. that's what I'm saying about that Timber Saw. Guys, it's okay.
It's okay if I feed, as long as my cores do well.
Rezo, you are a core player. Oh, right. My bad. Not looking like one, is he? 1,800 net worth. What happened to Zayats, dude? What's going on? What is Pango up to?
He's a Pango without a home right now. We've seen this a number of times where the position 4 doesn't really synergize with the offlane hero, so he can't really lane. He can't really do anything top. He can't really gank either at these early levels. You can't really jungle. I mean, what do you do? He's now level 3 against his level 7 Pain, so if he shows in lane up top though, see some initiation. Mars in some trouble, has an arena, but stunned up. A very long stun duration with that Centaur to follow up. And they will get a much needed kill on Boxy. Good rotation from Rezo to try to make something happen.
How many bounties are gonna get? 3, it looks like, for like. Oh, Mickey didn't go for it actually. He backed off. Guess he was worried there could have been someone up there. Thought he was trying to play aggressive to steal it.
2 for 2. Same with the outpost. They'll go even there.
Nice ward placed down earlier from Insania. Is going to spot this big TP rotation. So this is that southern pressure we were expecting early on. The Sentry will catch it over on the side.
This is right around the time, if you're playing in the safe lane, you should start expecting.
Oh, look at this though. They TP Koikfa to the two. They smoke, and that Hawk didn't see it in time.
This is pretty crafty. Mickey trying to play bait.
Yeah, be careful though.
He does blink out. This is level 6 on Zayats now, so there is a rolling thunder. Tango pump fakes. Boxy comes in, connects with a spear, holding the arena, but will continue to hold it as Koikfa goes wolf forward. They get that first kill. Now, can they get more? Good split coming out of VP. Solo goes south. Meanwhile, ILTW getting dove under tower. The Lycan, so annoying in these scenarios. You just can't get away from him, dude. 650 movement speed with all those little summons.
Yeah, that was a sick rotation. Now he's just toggling the aggro with his creeps into the tower. He wants to put that damage right in there. He's going to bring the wave. Force the glyph already. Taiga is just freely in the mid lane right now. Has the egg now at level 6.5. So he's very happy. Zayats, again, like he pumping that ulti. He also got back at the 6 very quickly, thanks to that little bit of time in the bottom lane. So at least they have that for a potential defense if they want to keep that pressure at bottom. Skull's already lurking here with that looks like the dire mango tree. Interesting placement.
Well, Liquid still holding on to a nice lead. Kind of feels like they have 3 cores compared to the 2 of Virtus Pro.
Zayats is coming too down here.
Oh, there's the arena. They're going to find one. This is a big rotation from VP, though. Boxy now going to get pushed back. Insania drops the ulti and gets the kill on Solo first, and then Boxy falls. But in the back line, Mickey finds ILTW. Now he's going to be isolated. No blink. Does drop the ulti, though. Standing on top of the Chakram, tanking the whole thing as Rezo finishes him off. Now Insania, level 7, on the run. Pretty much out of gas here. Maxed out Maledict, but no damage to put into it. And it is VP that'll find a victory. This big engagement down bottom.
Rezo making the comeback here. Didn't get that much gold. In fact, a lot of it actually went to Zayats, which is completely fine. You know, you're a little bit poor on some of your cores, but at least one of your supports is okay. Although, to be fair, both the Radiant supports are actually at the same level of Zayats right now. But this is that eventual pressure that they want in the bottom lane. Go ahead, down this tower. You can see an immediate ping up top from Liquid. They want to start pressuring and try to trade that too. And they're going to bring the Wolf as well.
very impressed at how well VP have recovered from this laning stage. They're still at a deficit in terms of net worth, but they're starting to take some control. Morphling mid initiated on with that double damage. They don't have the damage to bring him down. He's level 11. He is going to go for that E-Blade rush. Already has the Ghost Scepter. They're kind of letting this Morphling get away with a lot, and I'm starting to worry a little bit for Liquid here.
Again, it comes back to how much they committed on that Timber, right? Like, and then having 3 heroes up top too the whole time. It didn't matter how many raiding heroes were there. There wasn't a whole lot of pressure they could get onto ILTW at the same time. But yeah, no one's just been like totally free. At least now they're moving to his jungle. And Sania's trying to get some vision down. He's gonna try and find where's the sneakiest ward I can get. Which one won't get to ward? Oh my god, a Morphling, kill him!
Well, can they actually kill him? The curse from Insania. In comes OGA. No ultimate. No one looking to TP out. I think he's good.
Yeah, he should be fine.
Dire structures
not even close.
are fortified.
But down bottom, all that pressure onto no one leaves them free. Taiga has to be careful. The egg here. Oh, Zayat's swinging a miss there on the swashbuckle.
Dire's middle tower has
Taiga
fallen.
should be good. They do lose that tier 1 in the bottom lane, though. However, Liquid pick up the tier 1 mid.
Dude, multi-shot was a nerf to Timbersaw. Did you see that? He's just trying to tank the tower for his catapult. They glyph it and then just multi-shots his catapult while he's still getting hit too. Poor guy.
Darn multi-shot.
That was a nice buff to glyph, I have to say.
Is under attack.
Before, glyph pretty much did nothing unless you TP'd.
Yeah. It's nice that always turned off faster on the creeps, or was that a little tweak that they made to it?
That was a tweak because before, I mean, it didn't even affect creeps before, right? And then they tweaked it again, I think.
I see. Yeah, there were a number of changes there, but I like that as well. Being able to use glyph like aggressively to shove a creep wave in up the high ground. It's a cool little strat.
Sania.
Mid. Yep, Taiga also went down in the bottom lane. Zayat's with great bounces, and that'll be 2 down on the side of Liquid. Quick buff top. Some allies surrounding Resolution, and they will destroy this Timbersaw. Spear makes it easy, but a lot of damage. Look at this dire vision, by the way, in the Radiant jungle. And
yeah, they are committed.
They got the triangle of wards here.
They've pretty much given up on top, and that's protecting this whole area from Morphling. And of course, we always talk about it, but Ancients are a pretty nice thing to have.
Yep. Yep.
Not when you get rooted by them, though.
About 1,000 off the E-Blade. A little bit less as Morphling clears out another set of Ancients.
You see Boxy? He just said he wants Quakefer to come down here, and I think they want to smoke into their own jungle right now. They have one on Taiga.
Oh, pesky ward here in the mid. Need to be careful of this positioning.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Quakefer's going to show mid while they smoke in. But yeah, Solo... He's the closest. Pango's courier just gonna get out of there, and Quakefer's gonna walk in, maybe hoping to be baiting, like thinking they might have a ward here, which they do. So he's walking under the hawk. Now they're hoping to catch a rotation to try and kill the Lycan.
Yeah, he's scouting with the wolves. It's a nice swashbuckle back, but no hope for escape. Easy spear for Boxy.
Yeah, big rotation, but at least they get a kill out of it, so not too bad. They will lose that bottom tower still, though. So the top lane perhaps next as Rezo continues to put his own pressure up here. Has the hood complete now. He's going to send out the ring.
Courier's bringing the E-Blade.
Yeah, they're right back on their way up into this territory, though. They left it for a second, and Liquid were like, all right, back up here. That's where we want to control right now. This is the territory that helps control Roche. Before I lost our bottom towers, that could be a problem. No one should be fine here. Oh, that's his E. Oh, no, he's got it. He just got that E-Blade. Oh, man, I thought they got his courier.
Solid 500 gold bounty, so I guess that is worth it for Liquid. But a bit concerning that they're already struggling to kill this Morphling. Give it another 10-15 minutes, and I think no one is going to be king of the castle unless VP makes some serious misplays between now and then. Solo does get himself a ward, trying to TP, and Sania will stop that.
Radiant are
I
scanning.
think the real problem for Liquid right now will just be this bottom lane, because the lack of the tower and the Beastmaster. This is like Beastmaster's favorite place to play Dota, right? As just constantly pushing the lane and controlling it all with the Hawks. So it's an Invis rune, though, is a nice way to maybe get this kill and stop him from doing this without having to waste one of your smokes. He's got the Blink Arena distance right now. He just needs more allies for the kill. looks like he's going to be quite.
Boxy with the arena again. Finds ILTW. Zayats does go rolling on through.
Bird's coming through. He wants cleanup.
They might be able to do it. There's the E-Blade reveal. Good night, Boxy. Maybe hungry for more. Phoenix drops the egg, or a pyramid in this case, as no one gets pressured back. Korkba in hot pursuit. Witch Doctor ulti deployed. Sunray trying to burn him down. Zayats in the front, but they're not going to be able to save no one. Now Zayats goes down, and Liquid erupt with a furious momentum as they get 4 in the bottom lane. A double for Mickey, and this will at least be one tier 1 tower.
Dire structure.
Yeah, a little bit greedy there to go for that. Man, Sunray is absolutely insane. The last touches of that Sunray were doing like 300 damage each. That spell is wild. So yeah, no one not able to handle it. He morphed right into the Phoenix, and that dive was not great, right? Like that was like his potential way out, and he kind of used it as like an aggressive slow before realizing, oh, they're just gonna drop the egg. I need to leave this fight.
Dire's bottom
So
tower
not the best rotation there out of our boy on the Morphling. You can see Virtus Pro. I've got this one of the sneakier wards in behind the Roche pit. This one's becoming more and more common. But they want to keep an eye on when they're moving over here. They also have the Hawks to rely on too. But Solo die.
About to be soloed. Oh, Mickey.
Mickey?
Homie.
Tip. My bad.
Wait. Last tick of the dagger trap. It's going to be close.
Nah, she's good.
3
she's
HP.
Good.
3 HP.
I never doubted it.
Oh, Mickey. My man.
All right, that was pretty funny.
That one.
All right, well.
Bad enough that he let it go the first time, thinking the illusion would finish him off, not looking at the stick charges, and then that he blinks forward and misses the screen.
That was I felt that.
That was the double
that's
whammy.
Exactly what I would have done.
Ugh. I mean, it's only a kill on the CM. Honestly, it really doesn't matter for much at all. But
well, it's fun for entertainment at least.
Yes, that's
the most
Thank you,
important
Mickey.
thing. We have a problem now, though, for our boy No One, guys. He's got to deal with the old Spirit Vessel. 5 charges currently lined up, and this guy is well away from a Dispel. Since he went for that E-Blade first, needs to be very cautious about that.
Roshan under assault.
That's the target he wants. He's digging. Get him, boys. He's digging a hole.
Radiant's
Uh-oh, now the arena comes out. They're going to reinitiate onto ILTW. He gets obliterated. Zayats comes rolling in. A double damage whoop. Stuck inside of the ice cube, but should be able to finish off Solo. I think that attack speed slow is pretty brutal. Meanwhile, the rest of the fight, Taiga low. The Witch Doctor ulti destroying Resolution. Liquid roll over him. The double damage rune making it all the easier. Let's take a look at the damage done. And yep, the Lycan 2k damage.
I've never seen a hard carry bail in a fight faster than No One just did. He saw it once they didn't get that Phoenix and the dive got away. It's like, nope, this is not going to go well for us, guys. Zayats just roll TP, dude. Everyone try and bail, but there is a lot of cats right now on the side of Liquid, right? Like, it's going to be pretty hard to just everyone get out right now.
6k net worth lead. Liquid have reclaimed the momentum. And a lot of that gap, as we've been remarking, some of it on the cores, but a lot of it on the supports.
Yeah, for the most part, it is supports.
It's like 4K supports. Yeah.
I mean, what, 10.4K total for the Radiant supports and just over 6 for the Dire ones?
4.5, something like that.
Zayats has been pinged out here, but we'll let him go.
This safe lane Beastmaster not been working out. It's been a tough one for ILTW. It does sort of seem like Liquid have his number. Like they realize that he's a key part of the team fights with the Primal Roar and the Vision. And yeah, there is no hesitation from Boxy when he finds him. He drops that arena, throws the spear.
Yeah, I think maybe he needed a blink earlier if I was going to pick one problem that they have. Like with the way they have to play this game, they have no way of actually capitalizing on the Hawk Vision right now, right?
Don't you feel like
imagine if they just blink roared that Phoenix?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I feel like Necro 1 and Helm of the Dominator fill the same kind of role on Beastmaster, and getting both. He also has drums.
I was gonna say it's mostly just like even that and drums is just like, all right, maybe a little bit overkill, dude.
Yeah. Now he's gonna go BOTs. Yeah. He's had no shortage of gold, and some sort of gap closer would have done him well. And it's one of those scenarios where individually I like all three of these items. They're all very good, especially on this hero, but this was a big investment for the early game, and we didn't really get an early game advantage. And now, speaking of Devil, they're going to smoke up. They'll find him. Cask, Death Ward, and Sania going to do most of the heavy lifting here, but Mick A gets the last hit. That's a pretty big bounty, too. 400 gold.
That's gonna be the weirdest voice line.
I'll be creeping while you be sleeping. It's like some Santa Claus shit, dude.
I was gonna say slacks, so pretty much the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, ideally Crystal Maiden versus Lycan. Give him the Q. Hit him with the Nova. Which will all escape after the chakram.
Yes.
Liquid continuing to stay aggressive here. I like their movements. They only got a kill onto the Beastmaster, but I like that they're constantly trying to invade enemy territory, keep the pressure on.
Oh man,
Glimmer Cape Witch Doctor, also a big fan.
This is a tough game at this point for Virtus, bro. It's like you basically need them to flub an initiation and get a roar on someone really important. Like, be it Mickey jumps in first, or the Lycan's out of position, or something. They need some sort of a roar kill, because they just don't have any other way of starting a fight. Did they just ping him? Dude, he just got spotted out. Zayas, no. He was in the tree line. I think he lets a vision spot him or something.
I'm not sure.
He was hiding in the trees, and I think he walked in a position where
He
there
just
was
caught
like a ray of vision.
Yeah, I just caught a glimpse of him. That's a bummer. Up top now. Initiation onto Solo, and the CM gonna be run down. Those wolves are pretty slow, but this time Mickey's gonna get it. Now Koikba initiated on though. This is that roar you were talking about. They will find a much needed kill on Koikba. Quap blinks out, does not survive. That's gonna be Aegis.
Yeah, they need some help here. That blink though will be back, and she still has the BKB, so she's just gonna get a free kill here, I think.
Maybe nice Centaur Stomp. Reinforcements coming for Liquid, but they don't want to commit under the tower. Ends up being a pretty good trade for VP.
I wonder why they didn't dive. I mean, I don't know. He looked pretty dead. Like, they had everyone coming. Foxy was coming with the blink. It was Solo still TPing back up there.
I don't know. Maybe the E-Blade's a little intimidating. Afraid of the Timber Saw.
Solo's trying to get a ward down here for a potential defense. Like, he wants to fight up here, I guess? I'm not even sure. Yeah, he's saying, I want to defend this tower, guys. He's staying.
How you feeling about the CM pick overall?
I mean, it's whatever. Maybe like what were other options? Like, you could argue like a Wyvern or something, but they only saw Phoenix when they picked it, right? So
yeah, they opened early with it, but
to be fair, Wyvern can do a lot of the same stuff as Crystal Maiden in lane.
Tango got him again. Yeah, Quap Yules is a pretty nice synergy with Mars also. It's an item she wants to buy, but in those little scenarios, sets up for free spears all day.
I guess the main problem with CM is that you don't really see her biggest impact, which is the aura, right? You know, it's hard to really judge just how much it's done throughout the game. CM should still be able to buy detection. Come on.
Yeah. Witch Doctor's gonna go down. Reaction from Liquid though. Buyback from Insania. Oh, daddy. They've got this outpost. Insania's gonna TP in. ILT doesn't step the speed here, but they should have enough damage to bring him down before the arena goes. Ends up being a good trade for Liquid this time. A little bit costly with the buyback, but actually still a game.
By Solo though, he also cut in behind to the creep wave and just ulted and TP'd out. So he's trying to keep this game alive for them while Noah keeps pushing the bottom.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That next Roach though will be the high grounder here for Liquid, but we had two games in a row, USA versus Secret, where they had an opportunity, they had a window where things could look good, and they had the lead, and they did fail to close it out. Now, mind you, Virtus Pro and a bit more of our friends at Team Liquid as of late, and already things looking better for Liquid. They just got to make sure they do keep that pressure up and they don't relax too much. Although Oh, is there really a big threat of them tossing this one? Not necessarily. I don't.
Not really. I think it would take a pretty significant series of misplays. I mean, the Morphling is scary. He's got the BKB. He'll have a butterfly soon, but he's the only one.
He's actually
scary.
way scarier than I had not checked his gold in a hot minute.
Oh yeah, he's been farming well, but it's just him. This is turning into the no one show as everyone else is continually falling behind. I mean, no one is 2-1-0 right now. That speaks to how little he's gotten involved in these team fights. He has been focusing pretty much exclusively on his economy. So it makes sense.
Maybe the double blinks will turn it around. If they can keep up this this delay and say he goes for the solo
look
kill.
at this.
Did
Witch
you see
Doctor,
that nerf to Crystal Maiden?
Yeah,
God, I hate that, dude. I hate that so much.
I like it. As a Witch Doctor player, makes me quite happy.
I mean, did she really need that, though? Like, come on, dude. Why do we have to kill the mini stuns?
They're just too good.
I guess so.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Witch Doctor, dude.
I'm a fan, too. I want to love the hero.
I think you're right about CM in the sense that you don't really get to see her biggest contribution, which is the aura. But I don't know that it's made a huge difference this game. Like, I guess it's helped no one farm maybe a little more quickly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point. You don't know.
Well, but I mean, you see it really have an impact with these like bristleback type heroes where you're dominating the lane and having extra mana allows you to dominate that much more. They didn't dominate anything. Like, without the CM aura, would this have looked any different in the lanes? I don't really think so.
I don't know, buddy. It's hard to tell.
I mean, if he was a disruptor, would you feel like they have more options on VP?
Well, their laning would have been worse. Fair. I think Disruptor's one of the few worse than CM. I mean, actually,
Yeah.
I think the solo laning was actually quite good because he did eventually start bringing out more and more mangoes. So, I would say the lanes probably would have went a lot worse if it wasn't for the Crystal Maiden. Like, I mean, sure, solo Bane maybe could have helped a little, but Bane has his own problems versus this lineup. Like, all
I mean,
those
she
variation
definitely
units and
secured them
stuff.
the first blood, which didn't really help that bottom lane all that much.
Yeah, but she's like-
Resolution still got zoned.
She's still a good hero versus Lycan. She's better than a lot of other fives, and it could have been something like they were worried about the potential mass units because like Necro is such a popular item that it's very common to have Necro builds versus your team, right? And CM is naturally really good with the giant attack speed slow.
That is
50 attack slow for 4.5 seconds.
That is very true.
Meanwhile, they are getting the second road. It was another pivotal moment here for Liquid that they desperately needed to try and stop on the side of VP, but they also don't quite have the items yet because I do think he needs this butterfly on no one before he really wants to engage again.
I still like Disruptor versus Lycan, though, Trent. I'm not letting that one go.
Well, I mean, he doesn't like Disruptor. Lanes
Sounds
are
like
kind
you
of
there, bud.
I mean, lanes are pretty important right now, though. It's hard to make the
Yes.
distractor work, you know?
I just mean like Lycan specifically. There are very few of those cage mechanics.
Cage.
The cage. You got to put the dog in the cage.
Does-
You got cogs and you got kinetic field. The cages.
Does Disruptor need a barbed wire cosmetic? And then we can have Hell in the Cell?
He
Barbed wire.
certainly needs something. I don't disagree that Disruptor's in a rough spot right now. And I don't know what the right buff would be to not make him busted. Insania down
I
bottom?
wouldn't even say he's in a rough spot. I'm sure he's still fine.
I mean, is he getting picked at all?
No, not really, but I don't think it's necessarily the hero. I think he still works in Vision lineup, so he'll start popping off without even getting buffed soon. You'll see.
Well, see, gank onto no one. That's the BKB. Mickey with a Lincoln. Surprise, surprise. And no one's just going to walk away. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that we've seen Beastmaster so much. And even Bounty Hunter. Like, you're right that Disruptor does love those
They're
vision
getting pincered back here.
combos. And Solo's going to TP out. He'll be fine.
Uh-oh.
And I'll
They know. They're pinging.
He does not have a TP. Blink down for 8. It's like, please,
not
just
gonna
take
go
my
for it.
Centaur.
Yeah.
Take my Centaur, but not me.
Oh, do they have a gem? They have a gem. Oh, did he see that hawk? It was just outside the range of the gem. Dude, if he saw that hawk fly by that gem, I guess he doesn't have a stun on Taiga anyway. And Mickey's already gone, so it would have mattered.
Oh, no. Another catch. They are looking for the Timber Saw, but reinforcements coming. Liquid a little afraid to overcommit.
Jeez, I
Meanwhile, on
was
the bottom lane.
just so confused how he got silenced, but there's a mind breaker on Queen.
Huh. Awkward rotation. Dire do get the scan, so they see that Liquid are coming from the high ground. They wanted to try to set up this gank on the Witch Doctor, but Insania, not the easiest target, and almost found that gap in the trees, but then turned for a stun. They obliterate him before the rest of Liquid can get into the fray. This is a really weird fight. VP still gonna take it though. They drop the stun on Foxy, but now Foxy's here. Amazing arena. CM getting brought down low, she'll fall, but Taiga goes down immediately.
It was just CM.
Koikva used. I think this is a great fight for VP. Koikva's got nothing left. He's going to go down, and Boxy TP's out. That's a triple for no one. What a disaster for Team Liquid.
Oh, they got the right target, right? The big blow up with the, they got the Rolling Thunder, the Adaptive Strike, and the Whirling Death just all on the Phoenix right away. And if they don't get that Ag off, these fights get a lot harder. This Phoenix has the Spirit Vessel and the Shiva's Guard, like huge tools in these team fights.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
No one's hitting critical mass here, guys. And oh, that's gonna be one of the worst feelings as a Mars. And when you're watching these games, is when they get the wrong target Spirit. Like Crystal Maid's the absolute worst, right? Anyone there would have been better. Boxy has the Shadow Blade, so he has a potential to make something happen here, but it's just him. Oh, they have the gem from Taiga.
Oh, they just threw it down.
Oh, dude, no.
You're right, dude. That was a stolen gem from Taiga. Liquid. Oh, this is costly. They don't have buybacks either. Lycan and Mars stuck on the sideline, so this will cost them a lane of barracks. I don't know if it'll be much more damage, but fairly crippling at 35 minutes, given that VP were on the back foot, still at a net worth disadvantage. And
dude, he's about to be level 25 soon on this Morphling.
Dude, they put all their eggs in the Morphling basket, and them bitch is about to hatch.
What are they? A dragon?
Something.
Something terrifying.
I think they're actually a satanic. That's what's in one of the eggs, because he's not too far away.
No, he is extremely close. He is just like 700 gold away, which is not long for no one. Oh, damn. Look at this mango plantation down on the bottom right from that tree dying. They cut all the trees after that big team fight. Now there's like 15 mangoes on the ground. Send the couriers.
Are scanning.
Yeah, this butterfly presents a sticky situation for Liquid because they don't really have MKB carries.
No.
Neither Lycan or Quap like buying the MKB.
LTW, he's in this here, and he knows they don't have the gem, unless they bought a new one, I suppose, but
that would be bold. Lose your gem, immediately buy another one. Right back at them,
they've
boys.
had it for a while, too. I would assume they have the timer back.
Probably. Zania going for the tried and true double Aether Lens build. Has one already. Another cute.
Man, you know what really helped that fight, guys? Blink daggers. Aren't blink daggers great?
Yes. Oh, bottom lane. Big kill on the Crystal Maiden.
I'm surprised Solo only has 72 last hits. I feel like he's not been killing the creeps. He's just been pushing the waves and, like, I mean, that's one problem with CM is that in order to, like, fully secure the last hits, you'd have to, like, be fully present on the lane, you know what I mean? You can't just be, like, hiding in the tree line, spamming. Speaking of which, Insania, hiding very close right now to Zayats as he goes into this, but he is the gem. Don't forget on the Pango.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He bounced it on him!
Safe. He finds him. Now Sadie has the ultimate. He's going to turn, but interrupted straight away with the Rolling Thunder, and Sadie definitely a goner. Timber saw on the way up to join the party, but won't make it in time.
That would be so terrifying to have this Pangolier pirate just like jump out of a tree at you. Arr. I come for your booty.
I just like the little mustache that the cosmetic gives him. He already has a mustache, but this one's like...
I like how it makes him look blind because the hat comes
bigger.
so far down. Like, he can't even see anything. Like, it's this comically huge hat.
I think the tier 5 items should change the cosmetics game a little bit. You know, if you get the pirate hat, your characters should get a goddamn pirate hat on top of their current cosmetics.
I can agree with. Yeah, we should just, you know, Valve should just hand a nice little tidy sum over to whoever made this Pango pirate hat and just slap it on top of everything. Just scale it up or down depending on the hero. Just morph it into their skull.
You know, you get a fallen sky. I want to see like some bastardized blink dagger.
Just take one of ET's
hammer.
weapons.
Yeah, put it together. Put some particles in that thing. I want some glow sticks. If we're making it to tier 5 items, you should be rewarded.
Yeah, there should be a celebration.
Aesthetically.
How about a celebration of winning this game, perhaps for Liquid? Say,
How about a
we'll get a big
celebration?
kick on the Rezo.
Kill on Rezo. They're knocking back even further, and oh, he's not getting away from this.
No, he's maledicted.
Okay.
He did.
Mick had to BKB, though, to finish off that kill. That was his 10-second charge. Now they're going to find Solo. That'll be 2 kills, but Pangolier thinking about a Rolling Thunder. Zayet. It's a zoning Thunder.
Yeah, I don't think you want to start this fight here, guys. You're heroes.
Fourth lane, though, now in pretty deep. This is a bit awkward. Is no one going to fight or run? And it looks like the latter. Okay. All right.
Yeah, are they going to stop? Well, there's a blink on Boxy, but yeah, he doesn't opt for it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 5 seconds until we discover when the next Roche will be about. A Prince's Knife is picked up by Taiga. So we move into the next round of neutral items, and it's a minute and a half on Roche.
Ninja Gear, the Illusionist Cape for Timbersaw. Now, take me back to the old Darkseer days. I want my particles to start destructing around the map.
Ah, that was a good one. He just lit on fire when the game ended.
Darkseer games, yeah.
Are scanning.
Good old days. That doesn't happen anymore, right?
No,
it
got patched. No, it was just. I think it happened in Source 2 for a little bit too, if I'm not mistaken. But then it did eventually get patched.
I never understood the programming logic behind it, though. It's like, okay, so Darkseer uses a crazy amount of particles relative to other heroes with Ion Shell and Wall of Replica, and there's only so many particles per game, and if it goes 90 minutes, the particles just start appearing more. Like,
It was
why do
something
they
to do with
show
like
up?
it defaults to like fire or something. It was like one of the base particles or something. Yeah, I forget what the logic was before, but I remember seeing it explained and being like, huh, that's kind of cool.
Like really peculiar. And it was also weirder because it just kept getting worse the longer the game went. It was like there was no floor.
It was so good. Guys, if you've never seen it before, I don't know, there's probably some YouTube video you can Google.
I might have uploaded a clip because the first time it happened to me, I was just like, what is happening? This is an Easter egg. Oh! Here we go. Team fight. Smoke on smoke. Mid-game blinks down. Gets that Hex onto Rezo. Now the wall from Boxy. It's pretty darn good. An amazing ultimate from Mickey. The Phoenix A goes, but does get destroyed. Taiga buys back alongside ILTW. It's not looking good for VP. They're taking heavy losses here, but they didn't get the kill onto Mickey. No one's still alive and healthy, and he might be the one that can play cleanup. Sania does make it out thanks to invisibility. Similar for Boxy, but no, and Sania gets caught in the TP.
No one with the cleanup, dude, and there's no buyback on this Queen of Pain. Maybe it wouldn't matter, I guess, but she has Scythe and everything, too, and you feel like they want to get back into this one. The fight did start, as you said, really well for Liquid, but Zayat's big plays there in terms of the chain stunning to help bring down Mickey, so he couldn't bob and weave out of that fight, and no one able to finish the kill, and no one just so survivable. We have the Aghanims now, too. I'm not sure who's even worth.
Not the Morphling, not the CM.
She's going to hold it. Oh, yeah, we got dead heroes. Probably the Pango doesn't have Basher. Timber would be kind of nice. He has a lot of mana.
Yeah, the Timber one increases his damage output like crazy. You just get 2 chakrams on independent cooldowns. It is very mana intensive.
Oh, Solo just took it.
Radiant are scanning.
Whoa, so the CM one is the Frostbite one, right? If you stand in the field for more than, what is it, 2 seconds or 1.5 seconds?
Is that really the play, dude? They did. I feel like they buffed this recently. I think it used to be worse.
This is a weird Aghanims. I've tried it a couple times in pubs, and it's one that I really want to like it, but I can't say that it's ever really... It feels very easy to play around. CM's ult often is a target to get interrupted very quickly anyway.
To be fair, he almost has BKB, but it's also 600 mana at his next level. And he did level it, so can he even cast all his spells?
It costs 60% of his mana.
It's close.
I think it's really close. He can do 1 Nova, 1 Frostbite, 1 Freezing Field, and he's dry.
I mean, obviously you do regen insanely fast, so you know, it's fine.
It doesn't feel that fast when you're in a team fight and at 1% mana, though. Let me tell you.
Yeah, but yeah, it'll be fine. Because like by the time Crystal Nova regens, you regen back like a third of the cost. So
I guess there isn't much. Stop it. Like the cask is really annoying, but with with the BKB, you're not worried.
Yeah, the only thing they'll be will be the Basher, which is just finishing now, I think. for Koikva, yeah. All right, wow, that's a bold move though to put it on the CM.
It is.
I have to say.
Very, very bold.
I feel like this would not go over well if you were the CM in the pub game.
No.
I feel like the Timber would be like, excuse me?
I don't know why the tooltip doesn't tell you how long you have to stand in, though. It just says applies frostbite to any unit that has been standing in freezing field over a set. Oh, that's what Scepter Frostbite delay means. Okay. No, 2 seconds is kind of a long time. It does have a big area. Walk out of
I mean, think about it with Arena, though. Like, the way that they're playing like in the Arena and in the Ag and stuff. Like, we kind of have a designated fighting spot.
That's a good point. Maybe it is the ultimate counterplay to this Arena stack of ultimates. Well, I guess we'll get to see it in action and find out. Initiation mid. They're going to jump straight in onto the Queen of Pain.
That is so sick.
Oh, my God. That's so much burst. Yeah, but she didn't even get to react, dude. That was just unfair. She had a cheese and a BKB and a Yule.
Moxie's still lurking behind, but he's pretty far back at this point.
Tier 3 tower down. VP find themselves a gold advantage. Freaks coming in. Moxie does get the stun, but no follow-up. Doesn't push him deep in like I think he was hoping for. The buyback from Quap has come out. Rezo jumps in. They're getting this Morphling down pretty low. He's stunned up. No one. Wave forms away. Still has the Aegis. They can't bring it down. Koikva, BKB, wolf form. There's the ult from Box.
There's solo. Freeze the
it's
solo.
Going, but Boxy's got the BKB on, so he's going to be immune to it. Same for Mickey. The Quap has to eat the cheese, and she backs out. They do get the kill on Lycan. Not going to credit it to the CM ult, but now they'll go in on the Boxy, and Liquid are just out of gas. This is the dark side of the Lycan. BKB Shapeshift is all your power. With both those down, you're not even a hero. Yeah, he's going to be stuck on the sideline now for 70, and I think this is VP's game.
This is the classic, how many fights does it take for the lineup to win? And VP just needed one fight. And it, I mean, it was a wipe of a fight thanks to the Blink Daggers. Like, they got solo, and then they just killed everyone else, and no one just became this monster.
Done onto the Morphling, possibly the final hold for Liquid. Doing everything they can here, but Boxy going to be the first victim. Zayet's rolling around outside of the well. Does get hexed thanks to the Prince's Knife. Now brought down low. His team is safe, and they're just focused on objectives. They go, sorry, Zayet, we got tier 4s. We're taking this to game 2. You died for something, bud. They get another one as Mickey falls. Drone is destroyed. 32 to 3, 45 minutes. It's VP that take the first.
That is crazy. And then you take another bad fight, and that just kind of feels like
Virtus Pro's turn to ban.
It just kind of flipped into a situation where suddenly the game kind of felt over. It was like, now these fights feel very difficult. I guess Liquid made a couple big smokes near the end where maybe those team fights could have gone a little better, but I really do think it was just Blink Daggers. Like, I think those team fights were kind of impossible before the Blink Daggers for the Beastmaster and the Pango, and then the Virtus Pro identified the issue in terms of, like, getting into those fights and creating a chain stun onto at least one of these core targets.
5 seconds
Like, be it
remaining.
Roar plus the Rolling Thunder or whatever, and then suddenly the game just got easy. And they executed, you know, not taking anything away from Liquid or Virtus Pro here, like, that execution is very hard, for sure. For, like, that perfect execution at the end on Mickey where they just like chain stun him and force the buyback, killed him completely without the BKB. That just like made their base defense so much more difficult.
Yes, though I also can't help but feel like that momentum really started pretty much as soon as the Blink Dagger came out for ILTW.
Yeah.
Like having your Beastmaster able to jump people and secure these roars was a serious game changer.
Though, to be fair, let us also consider, let's say he bought that Blink Dagger earlier.
10 seconds remaining.
That Blink Dagger might not have allowed him to split push as well.
5
Like in terms of
seconds
using
remaining.
both the Necros, the drums, and the Helmet Dominator, like to keep these creep waves back. And that did buy even more time for no one. Like who's to say, like let's say they'd gotten the Blink Dagger earlier, maybe they would have like forced themselves into more combat. You know how that kind of happens? Like lots of aggressive smokes and stuff where those go poorly and suddenly you've like built an even bigger advantage for your opponents. So in the end, they got the win. So
that's an interesting angle, though. I think you're right that you can psych yourself out sometimes when you invest in the Blink Dagger early and you have this feeling of, well, I spent 2k gold on this, so if I'm not running around ganking people, then why did I buy this item? If I'm just going to farm, I would have bought farming items.
10
it definitely happens.
remaining.
I have seen it before.
Yeah, no, totally.
Virtus Pro's
It's
turn
a
to
quick
ban.
ban.
Dota's a game of psychology. So it was a slow start, and now that they've opened up the cascade, seems like these bans are going pretty quick. Bat Rider now taken out.
Well, what's interesting is that Virtus Pro are first ban, right? And now, or sorry, first pick this game, and that changes the priority of what they want to ban. Like, there was no Bat Rider last game, but suddenly the first ban they have is Bat Rider, right? So what does that say about who they like to prioritize in the first phase?
They like initiators. And
Well, if they
Bat
like
Rider.
initiators, why wouldn't they just pick Bat? Like, why are they banning the Bat Rider, I guess is the question. Because you don't want to first pick the Bat Rider. But Bat Rider is generally a like pretty good fourth pick, for example.
Yeah.
You know? And their first pick overall will be the Nature's Prophet. So now they have done this, and Zaire, may I just ask you, who do you think they paired it with, my good man, in the first phase? Do you want to know who?
The Nature's Prophet? What hero did they pair it with?
Yes, the Disruptor.
Really?
They're the only team who's
10
picked him lately. They
seconds
picked him
remaining.
twice.
Dude.
They lost one game. They won one game, but they
Dude.
won the one with Disruptor and Nature's Prophet. So
I want to
There you
see
go.
a disruptor. I feel like I've been talking about this guy so much. I want to see him shine. Grimstroke was banned out last game, and he'll be paired with the Mars here. Big fan of this Grimstroke. I think he is one of the more well-rounded supports that you can grab. Scales well, denies a lot of very mobile heroes, and enables a lot of cores in that laning phase.
This is a blast from the past in terms of
10
drafting.
seconds
Back when
remaining.
more teams were picking Nature's Prophet, this was the go-to counter
5
to the Nature's
seconds
Prophet pick.
remaining.
If anyone first picked it and these two heroes were in, pretty much everyone would go Grimstroke Mars or Grimstroke Centaur. Because you have a support that gives you the stroke.
Hell yeah.
That can actually deal with the treants, and then you also just have Mars, who's pretty good versus Nature's Prophet, can handle him in lane throughout the whole game. He can hunt him too. It's just a nice combo. But yeah, there he is. So already one vision-based hero between like the summons as well as TPing ahead, which Disruptor likes. Now, in their last games, they actually didn't pick up any more vision heroes.
No Beastmaster.
Yeah, no
bounty.
Beastmasters, no TAs, no bounties, no Night Stalkers, like these classic heroes that Disruptor likes to play with. And as a Disruptor spammer myself, those are the ones I really liked. So I'm curious if they'll be able to find something a little bit better. Because Nature's Prophet also benefits a lot from additional vision heroes because of his ultimate.
Okay, so this is that Weaver Grimstroke combo we've talked about a lot.
Yeah.
Very nasty.
They have been passing up on this lately, and I'm happy to see it again. To be fair, Weaver's also a very good hero versus Nature's Prophet, I feel like. And I also don't think Disruptor wants to commit his ulti onto the Weaver, but now if the game goes later and later, Weaver's going to find that Aghanims, and he can actually assist people out of that ultimate, too.
10 seconds remaining.
But yeah, now it was Virtus Pro. So they banned that Bat Rider in that first phase, and I think that's partially why Liquid went with that troll ban here, too. It's just like, One of the better counters to the troll's not available. You know, Virtus Pro liked the troll too, so just get rid of that. Still need a 4 and potentially a 3 because they will play this as a 1 or a 2 Nature's Prophet. In fact, I almost feel like that's been more common lately than we've seen.
I'm like expecting this to be no 1 Prophet mid, but now they grab the bounty. This is great against Weaver and amazing with the Disruptor.
Can we get a coddle though?
Can we?
That was fun.
Right, so Coddle Disruptor, is that combo workable?
It's laneable.
2 ranged, relatively squishy.
Virtus Pro's turn to victory.
Great team fight though.
It would not be great, but of course, if you guys missed it, we're definitely referencing just the Coddle bounty hunt that we witnessed yesterday, which was a glorious display from NIP.
Dude, it's so good. It's annoying, and then the Aghanims comes out, and you go, oh, now I get it. And Bounty Hunter is just straight stealing gold and doing damage. It would probably still be annoying if it just did one or the other. If the damage was cut in half, but it still stole the gold, you'd be like, holy shit, he stole 3,000 gold in 25 minutes. But the fact that it also does so much damage on top of that, I don't even know what the counterplay is. Mass dispels.
I mean,
I
probably
guess,
just kill the bounty hunter.
The
He's pretty squishy. I guess. There's more so a flaw of the opponent lineup, I feel like. But no, I don't think we'll see the Coddle. Maybe we will. That'd be lovely. It's cool versus the arena, but more realistically, what do they need? A additional kill threat hero who kind of hunts around with this bounty if we assume it's going to be for Rezo, and then this is a no 1 Prophet. What could they use? Clockwork?
I mean, you've already got this global presence from the Prophet. I don't know how much pressure you feel to pick a really strong combo with the Bounty Hunter, because the Prophet can always join the party or pop the ulti. They take Timber, so that's
nice. Mars and DK.
How are they going to set up these lanes, though? I was thinking it would be a 3 Bounty Hunter again in the off lane.
It might be an ILTW Bounty Hunter. Played at the 1 with the Prophet in the mid, and then the Timber is for Rezo again. Remaining. And then they just play this hyper aggro style, get another position 4 that can help sustain a push like that.
Remaining.
Although I don't know who that is.
Just a rushdown hero, I guess. I think
open to suggestions.
I mean, any sort of aura, any sort of
name one hero.
Venge, those kind of heroes, right? That's why Secret picked the position for it, Witch Doctor that time. That's exactly what they did with it, right?
Damage and also a little sustain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Name one hero.
Name one hero. It's I agree with the general assessment. I'm in on someone high tempo.
Can I point out the Lycan still remains?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Liquid will go for it again. The last Lycan game felt tough. It's not like Lycan just got crippled and you could chalk it up to a bad lane. It's like they just neutered his momentum. Koikva still had a good amount of farm. He still did most of the things he wanted to do in the early game.
Send him to the dog pound.
Yeah, I mean, I would be tempted to switch it up if I were Liquid after that last game. Especially against the Disruptor here. That's bold.
I'm not sure what this ban is.
Yeah,
Monkey
this is a
King,
really tough
I guess,
one to call.
probably the best ban. Monkey King would fit put the Bounty Hunter as a support and just get a Monkey Core, or put the Nature's Prophet as a support, put Monkey Core. I think I like that. If that's a style you want to play.
The go-to against Dragon Knight for sure. At least in lane.
The other option is they could Pugna or something too. If we, again, more all-out heroes sort of style.
Someone else that can push alongside the Prophet. I'm still hot on Pugna. I think ever since they changed his ultimate, that hero in a core role feels good in most games that I see it.
Virtus Pros.
That was a good Ricky game for Liquid.
Necrophos.
2 tanky
Yes,
guys,
Necro
right?
also good against DK. Yeah.
Give sustain
Big
and
Reaper
push
Scythe.
for sure.
Slark, a good ban against the Timber Saw. Generally a carry that's okay, just trading blows against the reactive armor and stacking up the Essence Shift.
Pretty good versus Bounty too, right? Just constant dispels and stuff. Never have to worry about tracks.
Yeah, that too.
10 seconds remaining.
It's a tough last pick to call. And
Probably ILTW's hero, right?
Dude,
I will be the monkey.
Sniped the monkey, so it does look like a support bounty after all, unless they're going to move that profit to a support role.
Yeah, it might just depend on this last matchup, right?
Hard to read the lanes right now, VP.
If I had to guess, it's probably just going to be no one mid on the Nature's Prophet because, like, Nature's Prophet doesn't have a lot of bad matchups. Like, I'm not even sure. Like, Storm, I guess, is probably what Liquid are going to end up picking, I feel like.
5
Right? Then
seconds
they'll put the
remaining.
Storm mid, and then he'll just be like, whatever. I'm a Storm Spirit. My game's going to be okay. And then I'll have Mars Initiation, DK with the Blink Dagger, and Storm Jump. The only downside could be a Storm a little bit too slow. But they go with the Wind Ranger instead. That's pretty fun. That's a nice hero versus Monkey and Prophet.
Yeah, no Tusk to go with it. It's just a casual Wind Ranger, and we'll see the positions momentarily here. Mickey is going to grab the Weaver, which means it will be a Taiga Wind Ranger, it looks like, and Koikva on the Dragon Knight.
VP Prodigy tried the Storm Spirit versus a very similar strat, and it didn't go well for them. So perhaps Liquid just, they got Blitz coaching, so he's got the right idea when it comes to the Storm games, and he said no. He said just put the Weaver on core, get Taiga the Wind Ranger, and let's do this. So
Trying to decide which draft I like better. I'm trying to weight how much I like this solo disruptor, because I do think it's a really good pick here, but is it going to win him the game? Weaver Grimstroke is nasty. Liquid have a lot of good team fight options.
they have very good side lanes too.
Yeah.
Like Grimstroke, Weaver together, and then Mars and Wind Ranger together. Wind Ranger, any of these like pokey fours are so good with Mars and Centaur. They just create a constant threat, and they just make your laning stage very annoying.
Yeah.
But versus a Timber, of course, that might be something that doesn't necessarily end up mattering.
I think it's a little bit easy to underestimate the Dragon Knight. We've seen throughout this tournament how well this hero can scale, what he can do in the late game, and how fast he can push.
I think I'm favoring the Virtus Pro lineup a little bit here. I think that theirs just looks a little bit easier. Like they've done this lineup before. They know how to run the Nature's Prophet core. It's one of their better plays that they make. And I can definitely see it being hard to stop first initiations. Like, I'm thinking about fighting between the tier 1 and the tier 2 in the mid lane. That's like the game deciding moment, I feel like, for Virtus Pro, is like taking this mid tower and then moving north into this this part of the jungle. And I think they have really good heroes for it. And whereas I look on Liquid, and if you mess up like one arena, or like, what is a Weaver build that allows him to both rotate in to fight in these, but then also still be like the hard carry, you know?
That's a really good question.
Like, can he go like a Diffusal build? Is that the strat here?
This was
Does he just go Maelstrom and try and farm it up a little bit?
Either of those sound okay, but I think he's going to have to itemize fairly defensively. Like, he's going to need a BKB or Lincoln's second item, probably.
Or Manta. Like, it depends on what, how no one does, right?
That too.
Oh, currently, they have, another good sight on the lanes here from Virtus Pro.
Oh, look at this, dude. Insania already under tower. Solo and Zayats giving him the hurts.
To battle.
I feel like I don't see the Shadow Walk taken first very often. Trying to get a cheeky kill there, perhaps, with the Orb of Venom. I guess it's because he's support bounty and not the core, so he's not going to be like in the lane the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, generally, I do like Bounty Hunter Disruptor. I think this combo is relatively hard to play against. When you give Disruptor vision like that, Glimpse becomes so much more of a threat.
Disrupted.
It's manageable, but you just have to be very conscious of it on the side of Liquid. You know, always be wary of tracks. Probably look for some dispel items, you know, like a Lotus Orb. Probably a pretty good item in this game for Liquid.
Oh, I feel better. I feel better.
Look how annoying this bounty is, though.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And then again,
Mickey down to like half HP.
It's okay, though. You got your 1 HP regen or whatever. Oh, wait, that's only mid. I get all excited.
Oh, Courier Snipe. Solo. Courier Snipe. Courier Snipe. Will he get it? The salve. Solo. He gets one. He gets one. He needs two. He's got it. Salve down in the mid lane.
Oh, man, I know it wasn't crazy. Okay, so it actually doesn't say that it increases on the tower. It only shows it on the hero. All right, never mind. You definitely do get HP on the side lanes. I'm not insane.
This mid lane's over. Koikva lost his Courier already.
That's fine. It's like, what, a minute? He's a DK.
because I put the Timber Saw mid. Yes. Hoping for this DK matchup. So VP getting what they want out of these things. It is no one on the Prophet, but he's going to be playing in the quote-unquote position 3 role here in the Radiant off lane.
I mean, what matchup would have been bad for Timber, right? Like that's why you can just put him mid in a game like this. Like no matter what, his lane was going to be good.
That's true.
That's what makes their whole like taking the mid tower look so good this game. Like the Timber's gonna get really farmed. Mickey's dead, but no one. Oh, he didn't get the last right click.
Gets it into the fog. And now Zayet's still trying to slow down Insania. He'll be okay. Makes it back into the fog as well.
No one might die here. He's gonna be
lasso. By lasso, I mean shackle. That connects on a tree. And solo stick charges keep him alive down bottom.
No one is crazy. He's still leeching XP here. He was still so low, but he will get the level. Now he TPs home and has the teleportation spell. So good play by him.
Monkey King with the Jingu. Shackle does connect, but he was stuck in the Mischief form. That's kind of funny. If you get shackled while you're mischieved, you stay mischieved for the duration of the shackle.
There we go. I didn't know.
I wonder if you get the immunity for the whole thing or if it's just a cosmetic type deal. Probably cosmetic.
No, it's just cosmetic.
I would hope so, but... Oh, Taiga?
I mean, did he take any... Because the second he takes damage, he should shift. So he probably just didn't take any damage, right?
Maybe, but it still should only last for 2... Oh, no, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
I hear you. I understand what your brain was saying.
Yeah, goddamn Mischief, dude. I hate this spell. Turns my brain into a pretzel by the fact that it exists.
Did you see that post by famous Redditor, the Zet, about how you can turn into Roche? I didn't know that. I had no idea he could transform into Roche.
No, I don't think... How have I never seen that?
Yeah, I know. Neither had I.
Huh. Well, that's intimidating.
If Roche is dead, you can go in the pit and turn to Roche.
Are you a big Roche or a little?
No, you're a big Roche. You are the full size.
Damn, that's awesome.
And if Roche is dead, you can also turn into Cheese or Aegis. I've seen the Aegis before. I didn't know you could be Cheese.
I feel the opposite. I think I've seen the Cheese. I've never seen Aegis.
Oh, there you go.
Huh. Well, today I learned.
Yeah, the things you learned from Dota, guys. It's a nice deep game.
Lane. Oh, okay. They're just trading. I thought Rizzo was diving for a sec. But speaking of weird, Jenkins told me about a very strange thing. Have you seen this Pugna Mass Tranquil Boots build?
I have seen that. The people are stacking Tranquils on Pugna.
Yeah, because if you overheal people, it tops off their mana at the cost of Pugna's HP with his ultimate. Yeah. So you're basically Wisp. You just run around and life drain your allies, and it gives them like super value mana regen, because I guess mana regen's expensive to buy, so Pugna's Tranquil Boots are a way smaller investment than
it's also
what you're giving everyone else.
Yeah, it's expensive if you want it fast, right? So unless you're like Kunkka or Ember or something, that's part of it. I saw it a lot during WePlay, actually. There were a lot of Pugnas that would literally just ulti their Ember or their Slark or whatever, so they could just like run faster. Top lane, the Inkswell kill gonna be there as well.
Zayet's. Oh! They've got him. Okay.
Dude, was he out of vision? Was that a snipe?
Yeah, he was right on the edge of that sentry, and I don't think they had any dust. So, yeah, that was a snipe.
Nice one, Insania.
Right on the edge, but still.
He took the simplest route, you know? He just went, where is the most obvious place to go? Like, if he'd stopped moving or something on the bounty, I might not have got him.
A real big brain play.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, when I first heard that Pugna thing, I actually thought it was a test to see if I was an idiot. It was just like, no way, get out of here. Oh, shackle down bottom. Monkey King into a spear. Okay, Mischief. Well done.
The life of the disruptor. Not a fantastic lane. Luckily, it's a Monkey King, so this is the idea of like when you pick these disruptors, you do need a strong laner. So even though they're not dominating like Monkey King likes to, at least it means you can get away with a stronger support hero in the mid to late game. As Rezo begins doing Timbersaw things very happily. He's going to have a much better game than last time.
5-minute runes come out, and only 2 picked up, but should be an even spread. 1 for 1 so far.
Tiger's just getting these couriers for free.
Well,
he didn't even have a ward. He just went down there like, yeah, there'll be a courier here. I'm just going to check.
Because I am. Ha!
The odds are in your favor. Since we have this gentleman's agreement that nobody's going to micro couriers.
up top.
Got Insania initiated on, though they might be able to turn it around. It is going to be the bounty that goes down first. Maybe no one can get the counter kill, and he does. He has that one last auto attack. Two fights going on at once. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, looks like they'll trade 1-for-1. Taiga does TP out. ILTW not able to finish him off. So across the map, it is a 2-for-2.
It's constantly double kills in each lane at the same time. They're at the majority of this game. Zayats will then TP to the mid tower. Where are you off to, my good man? Oh, they didn't actually see the Koifa taking the DD yet, I guess. And gonna try and scout up ahead here, perhaps. Oh, gonna drop a ward down for this eventual pressure. This is gonna really help out Rezo to have that ward. Now you can see people are trying to TP to the tier 2 so they can bring in like 3 heroes at once.
Very nice. Mid lane going about as you would expect. Timbersaw ahead by a very small margin. Yes, 5 denies. Meanwhile, up top, no one now initiated on. Silenced. Mick Gay is level 6. He's probably going to dive this, and that's an easy kill. Taking credit back over. Bottom lane now. Foxy. He's going to get brought down. So again,
that was
1-for-1.
He kept him body blocked in there so long with a treant that Mick Gay actually had to ulti because he didn't want to lose half his HP for nothing. That was pretty good. But yeah, still going to cost him a lot of gold as the kill as well as all those treants then went to Mickey, and now some additional tower pressure to boot.
Under attack. Radiant's
Still
top
strikingly
tower is
even,
under
though.
attack.
Just as one team strikes in a side lane, the other side strikes back.
Taiga.
He'll be stuck inside of a kinetic field. Not enough.
It's a lot of damage, though. He wants to come back.
More than gold.
Bit worrisome with the Boundless Strike and another kinetic just being available. As that courier will make it now unhindered. Back down to the bottom lane. Zayats in the mid on Quakefa, but like, what can you really do? If you put a slow onto him, even with the chakram, not gonna be an easy kill. I'm gonna start it with a Whirling Death to get some extra damage to the trees, perhaps to help.
Dire are
Zayats just gonna stalk him
Scan.
now.
Actually does connect on Zayats, though, so they have a
Dire's
general
middle tower
idea.
is under
Couriers. Teasing him. Zayats sees it.
Wait, what?
Oh, Insania, dude. That was a big ult. Now back down bottom. No one TP's in. Glimpse onto Taiga. That'll be a kill.
Dude, I would be so annoyed though that like you just placed that ward that my name just Prophet ultis. I just instantly de-warded it.
Yep. Oh, now Prophet's gonna die. They interrupt the TP, hit him with a silence, and no options here for the old Prophet.
I just made so much space getting up there, getting that ward down. Now it's just over. And now Liquid gonna make the rotation down. Foxy not quite level 6 though, so no concerns about an arena as they hide behind their tower.
And for a moment, it was impressive that the Grimstroke took like 450 damage or something from the Wrath of Nature, but yeah, then reality set in, and you're like, but not worth revealing the ward at all.
It's unfortunate too, because if he just used the Bounty Hunter vision, then it could have been like a wasted sentry. But unfortunately, it went the other way, so it's just a little bit off in terms of timing. He's going to walk right onto that sentry now from Insania, and that's another kill here for Liquid. The Foxy closing in on level 6 as ILTW puts the pressure onto Quakefa.
TP down bottom gets canceled. Just going to be ILTW and no one.
Dude, Foxy is so close to 6. He's like, please give me this arena. Kill this range creep, Quakefa.
They're going to start to back out. Timbersaw staying mid might have been the right call. He finished off that tower. Taiga trying to delay things best he can, but it's a Timber after all. And now Rezo, pretty good amount up on the DK, about 1,000 net worth edge. That was a pretty costly rotation to go bottom.
Yeah,
actually. I don't think it was worth just the kill on Zayas.
Especially
now back down bottom again. Foxy in some trouble. Insania now taking big right clicks. The silence not going to stop the Prophet. Foxy gets glimpsed back and stuck in the tree line. Goes for the TP. No interrupt.
Actually got saved by that glimpse.
Okay. The dark side of Disruptor.
Oh, he TP'd top. He almost got TP'd on by no one.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh.
Yeah, that...
Dire's
And now he's kind of like, well, shit, now what do I do?
No one's picking him. Like, dude, I don't know. That guy didn't have regen.
Radiant's middle tower
He's got
is under attack.
fused raindrops and 2 salves flying out, so it should be okay.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, Rezo is doing exactly what you want your Timbersaw to do. Like, he's finding a time where Liquid aren't pushing right now. Like, they're starting a push now in the mid lane with the DK illusions, which is always helpful because they still put the Corrosive Breath on. But now he can still make it mid in time. He's going to do exactly that.
Koikfa stuck. Resolution with the big damage, and this DK.
No mana for glimpse.
Oh, and there's a lot of reinforcements. Now the Soulbind. Liquid with a 4-on-2. They bring down Solo, and now Rezo's in big trouble. Trying to Timber Chain out, but they've got the stun. Zayat's rotating over. They need a little more. Rezo actually still alive. Now the real turn. ILTW's here. Finishes off Koikfa. Now Insania falls. It's a 1-for-2. Right back the other way. VP with superior reinforcements.
Yeah, that almost went really poorly for them when Solo was out of mana, because it should have just been a free kill, but in the end, I guess it benefits them further by getting the double kill, and again, still just saving that tower. The bottom tower was taken by Rezo before he finished that TP, as we were just kind of alluding to, so the pressure continues. 2,000 gold, a lot of that tower gold right now, because they still have all of their tier 1s right now on the side of Virtus Pro.
I mean, I think if Rezo died there, that fight would have felt a lot worse. But him surviving, he's now #1 on net worth, and the DK.
Foxy being closed in on. He managed to survive once by getting a spear onto Rezo while he was mid attempting the Timber Chain, so pushed him too far back.
Radiant
Tough to dive into the trees, though. No one does TP in. Foxy finds a spot and makes it back safely. However, his tier 1 tower probably going to suffer a different fate.
Koikfa has ulti bottom though, so they could try and push this, but if they just send down Rezo, I think he can hold this.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They don't have glyph though, so it would have had to be like right now, and it's already gonna be too late. So they'll let it go.
A tall order. Pretty happy to trade in this case.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Now that VP have all the tier 1s down, they're going to try to start closing off the map, looking for the courier snipe. Zayats can't get it. Over the tree line.
I think the sentry spotted him coming down the stairs. Yeah, he's gonna ping it now, because that one that Insania put up earlier. That's why the courier started running off to the side instead. Oh, Koikfa's made is all the way to the tier 2. Still has a lot of allies nearby, but no one's coming through as well. Taiga's here. They should be able to just kill no one.
Koikfa power shot. Shackle does not latch, and now no one might be able to survive. Turning into a spread out fight. Liquid moving in all different directions. Zayat's tracking down Koikfa. And meanwhile, Insania going for the TP. They find him, but no interrupt.
Koikfa was not in on that, dude. They started that turnaround. He was, look, I only had level 2 breathe fire. He just got up to level 3. I don't have any damage right now. Let me go.
Like the level 1 ulti. Green Dragon's great for pushing towers. You feel like a god at level 6, but this is that mark where you start to have the feeling of, I kind of just want to farm, guys. I'd really like to get my level 2 ulti before we start fighting.
Yeah, finish out my skills and get my Blink Dagger up too.
That too. Yeah, the Blink is game changer.
So, okay, opting for the Maelstrom. Pretty good game for it, right?
Lots of in some trouble, perhaps. Nope. Crystal joins this party. It's going to be a 3-on-1. Gets a nice spear, but he didn't have the rebuke because he had just used it to farm. So actually, it wasn't really much of a kill threat on no one.
And another great part of the Nature's Prophet is that they can just build whatever, right? Like some games he goes Orchid, which could have been viable this game, but he decides that we don't really have a mech builder because we have a Timbersaw and a King, so I'll build the mech. You know, I have lots of control coming from my other guys. I don't need to try and rush this Orchid, and I can help facilitate these early pushes that we want to build their momentum off of. As he is getting close to a Bloodstone here as well. He already has the Soul Booster done.
Gonna be in some trouble, and here we go. Zayat scouting it out. No one comes in. Monkey King with the Wukong's command. Koikfa is down. This DK getting ripped apart.
Oh, this is the best Disruptor game, dude. Being ahead while playing Disruptor. Oh, the dream.
Wait, I was really excited about the Disruptor Bounty combo, but it's almost more the Bounty Nature's Prophet combo, because Bounty can scout people out. If he has anybody with him, any +1, then you've got this Prophet who can TP in from anywhere, and they're doing a great job with these global ganks.
Zayat's going to get the courier of Mickey. And that's going to send Mickey off into the tree line so he doesn't want to get tracked and then just hunted. But yeah, he did go for the Maelstrom this game, so more of a kind of split push. He plus magic damage versus Timber, and even the Monkey King's kind of nice. South gets speared away. Don't really want to get too much physical damage versus a plus 24 armor later on. And he's going straight BKB after, so a combat-focused build here from Mickey, not pure farming or anything. It just covers all the potential options in terms of control, not just opting for like the one-off dispel. And speaking of Orchid, Zayats is gonna be the one to pick it up. So they've kind of reversed roles here. Yeah.
Up top, it's Tiger.
Sprout covers the wind run. He thought he was gonna power shot. That's why he went for the Sprout or the Treant.
Oh, they still bring him down, but it's a good counterplay from Liquid. Soulbind comes out, Boxy taking a lot of damage, but Inkswell actually keeps him alive. Now Mickey's here. He's got the Maelstrom. He's cleaning up the back line as he kills ILTW. Mickey needs to be a little careful though. There's the time lapse. Has some stick charges. A sloppy fight makes it a 2 for 2.
Should favor Liquid though. Actually, yeah, in terms of gold and XP, actually gold went the way the Radiant, XP the Dire, but now additional kills here.
The track helping out VP a little bit in what are normally even trades, give them an extra little boost. Trying to chase down Insania, they'll find that kill, but now no one taking a lot of damage from Mickey. A good attempt at the Sprout. Resolution can't quite finish him off. That Weaver just too elusive.
Yeah, as you said though, it is the track making the big difference because he should be favoring Liquid, you think, and then you look at the gold and you're like, oh, well, is it still even despite him getting like 800 more XP? But track baby.
But those kills at the end do tip it in favor of Liquid.
Yeah, actually able to cut into this, and Tiger can play pretty aggressively here. Can they kill him with Glimpse? I guess if they commit Stack Storm, they can, but pretty tough kill to grab here. Should be a nice mid game here for Taiga in terms of like split pushing and trying to build into the Spirit Vessel. But that's the Bloodstone now done, I believe, for Rezo with the Kai in his stash.
Yeah, I'm getting a little nervous for this DK. Koikva's had a rough game, 1-2-1 at 17 minutes, not able to push the way that he'd like. Blink Dagger is coming out.
I mean, Boxy as well, though. Like, he's just trying to catch up on items and just being hunted down here.
3-on-1, gonna have no path to escape. We'll use the oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, that'll work, right? Arena run away. Considering they just TP'd in with everything, so.
Yeah, I guess it was a 3-hero arena, so well done. It's a bit of a shame for Liquid that they couldn't get there in time to capitalize and maybe find some kills. So the Weaver is hunting. Zayats bumps right into him, drops the track. Now the Glimpse back. They're going to have a combo for this Weaver. Still might not be enough to save Mickey, though. It certainly isn't. Disruptor so good against the Weaver before BKB.
Yeah, Insania smoked him and Koikva. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if he thought that they could like try and fight or something. Or
I think they wanted to back him up. I think that was the thought, but...
Yeah, a little unfortunate.
The Static Storm does a lot of damage.
At the later stages, yeah. They're going to Inkswell into DK, trying to kill onto Solo. But again, no Stack Storm here, but at least that means they can't glimpse back any of the reinforcements that came to the tower. Now, Zayats was working on the Orchid, and he still is, but they've actually finished it on no one, too. So they're going to have double Orchid here, too. Very soon, and we know that Weaver is going to be pretty far behind with these deaths. So now they're going back on the Zayat with another Inkswell, and he just gets blown up with a power shot.
Oh, Monkey King also caught by a spear, wanting to try to reinitiate. Does drop the Boundless Strike on Koikva. The fight's not over for VP yet, but now the Soulbind. Rezo off by his lonesome. Latch on to anybody. A Bloodstone heal. Gone too deep. Oh, Bloodstone heal won't be enough.
That's not good. Those are big deaths right now. Man, the combo, that blinking Inkswell is just doing so much work. And the follow-up, too, is really nice. The fact that you can just, like, snipe someone with Power Shot with that guaranteed nice duration stun.
Is double Orchid worth it? Like, one Orchid, totally in. You don't see two Orchids that often on the same team.
Yeah, it's generally probably not that great, but when one's a support, right, that it makes it a little bit different, I would argue.
Yeah, that's fair.
The other item that Bounty would probably go would be Vlad's, I guess, would be like if he can't go the mech and the Greaves or whatever because the profit is that's pretty much what you're trading out for. But you look at the heroes on the side of Liquid, and Orchid is really nice versus what are the odds that the Grimshow's going to get Dispel? Pretty low. Wind Ranger, kind of the same thing. She wants to build damage. She doesn't want to stick with the Dispel items. So the ability to cancel the Wind Run is pretty helpful.
Yeah, and I guess the Mars is a potential target, but the DK and the Weaver
both
going
down here, dude. He's just trying to split
pretty
push.
quick BKBs. Yeah.
Died for nothing.
It's tough against the Bounty Hunter Prophet.
They still have, only lost one tower now on the side of Virtus Pro. Not a lot of split push. Any split push from Liquid is basically just clearing a couple waves in front of the tower, and then that's as far as they can get, or else that's exactly what happens to you. But it also doesn't feel like VP's also like gaining a lot in the past while, right? They've tried a couple incursions in the mid lane. They've been shut down, but these good plays from Liquid and the synergy with the Ink Swell, just like picking someone off right at the start, like solo or something. So they're gonna try another smoke. They don't have a great way to like take Roche right now, so that's not really an objective open to them, even if the Liquid's playing so far back on their side. So they have to go for kills. And they try and use their Observer Sentry to get a big one here, and unfortunately everyone's just kind of gone. I mean, Taiga's okay, but it's not who they wanted. If they even get it, of course.
Kill. They should be able to. Wind run about to expire.
No, Solo didn't stay. He left.
Wow, they let it go. I guess maybe afraid that was kind of bait. Liquid were starting to rotate, so a relatively good call from VP.
Well, Solo was hoping that he could TP people back and create like a good fight, I think. Like he was looking to cancel rotations with the glimpse. That is a Liquid outpost, but didn't have enough follow-up to actually secure the kill on Taiga first.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Tinker
attack.
ward up here. A Liquid ward.
What do you do as VP now? Do you just force the Roche? Like now they have the Blink Dagger on both the Mars and the DK. Like he's moving towards the Blink. We already know how effective the Blink Inkswell is. Their Roshing isn't great. Like the only benefit you have for the Roshing right now is that you have like Treants and stuff to tank it, but you do not have minus armor going on. You don't have any sort of like great Roshing ability. So that's, again, not really an option. You just kind of force keep running into them. And running into a team with double Blink with the Arena is pretty scary right now.
Okay, mid. Him and Rizzo going to go at it, but just a little chip damage. There's the smoke from Liquid. Up on the high ground, under dire sentries. EP unaware that this rotation's coming, and they'll blink in, initiate right onto Rezo. But follow up, is it going to be there in time? Yes, it is. It's a great pick for Liquid, and now they want more. Arena comes down, they'll find no one. Buyback from Rezo though. Soulbind might catch him as he comes in. No! No one out of the room just in time.
Radiant's middle tower
Boxy's out.
attack.
Still on the run and gets the Blink to the high ground. Oh, no.
Oh, they find the vision. That's some cool synergy there with the Monkey King jumping around the trees. Now, Boxy does have a Blink, but with no TP,
and track,
it's going to be tough. Yeah, and track. That's a good...
he cut the tree, though.
He's on the run. He forces them to use another TP.
Go, Boxy, go!
Run, my man! He made him work for it.
Yeah, there you go.
Liquid are cutting into this VP lead, slowly regaining control. DK still not the top of the cores, but this Weaver, true #1.
Yeah, it's the cost of all these missed ganks that VP have gone for, right? They're kill-centric because they have the Nature's Prophet and the Bounty, but they just whiffed on a couple of them. This time, though, Taiga surely is dead, right?
Body blocks from the tree.
Surely he's dead, right?
Oh my gosh. Now the smoke's coming. Zayat's going to try. He's going to try to finish him off.
Oh my god, the raindrop!
Taiga's actually going to live, and instead it's ILTW that gets turned on.
That is unbelievable. I can't believe he just survived again.
I thought those body blocks from the Treants were going to be enough to push it over and secure. That's a little right now.
Raindrop, good item.
Apparently so.
Is under attack.
Yeah, VP have just been completely stalled out on momentum, and Mickey, I mean, he's had this BKB for so long, only had to use it once, and once that kill, oh, not able to get the damage onto Solo, though.
The lucky Solo will survive.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Solo rocking the broom handle right now.
It's a value armor.
So.
Man, I know we said that Taiga would have a good time on these side lanes, but I didn't expect he'd survive this many times. They need that.
He's become the space creator, man.
Yeah. I mean, what is it? Like 3 times in a row they didn't get the Orchid off at the start?
Has the BKB. He is Orchided, but I like the patience not to panic and use the immunity right away. Now they're going to try to chase down no one. The Static Storm, but Kinetic Field comes out a little late. Nick makes it out. He's going to try to get this kill and does find it. Now hunting for more. They'll just back out. Still at tier 1, standing mid. So good call from Liquid. Focus on the easy objective first.
Are fortified.
Yeah, feeling a little similar to last game, but yeah, much earlier that the leading team kind of feels like they lost their way a little. Like, what? A VV just felt like they had no goal other than killing people. And then they failed on all those ganks and kills. The bounty hunter got completely stalled out. Like, he's been working on this orchid for so long after starting a good snowball early on. And now they're just lost. And ITW still under that ward, gets hit by the power shot. That ward has been so valuable. Yeah, just tip while you're stunned up and let her go.
I call it a Tinker ward, but now that Tinker's so irrelevant, it sort of is a Monkey King ward. Maybe that's more appropriate vernacular. Solo also going to get caught. That's 2 down now for Virtus Pro, and Liquid, they have completely brought this back.
I mean, think about Rezo's game so far. He was completely crushing it. Game was looking great. Had an amazing lane. Was just pushing towers at will. And then you get to the tier 2s and the trees collapse around you like that, and suddenly he just felt like he couldn't do anything. Like, did they just need to 5-man a little bit earlier? Is that what happened? Is it just that the Timber Saw is a good lane matchup, but the way that they can initiate with this Ink Swell just makes his life too hard? I mean, the Phantom's Embrace makes it difficult too. And those close quarters, it's so easy to just stack one of these spells onto him. And again, like, the lack of an ability to dispel the Phantom's Embrace is always going to be so frustrating for you too.
Middle tower is under attack.
And now that's a 10-second BKB on Quakefa. They need to find something that's going to scale better right now for LTW. Like, he's working on a BKB. Is that going to change enough for them? It doesn't seem like it.
I think the Ags is going to be much of a game changer.
Yeah, I don't know. He said it queued up too the whole time.
I mean, I kind of agree with you, but I also feel like the BKB will help him. Meanwhile, bottom, or top lane rather, Timber Saw again. Man, that great start that Rezo had is pretty much falling apart now. Doesn't really feel that tanky after.
He feels like a broodmother that just gets like super farmed and then the game falls apart and suddenly she just gets like farmed over and over for a bunch of gold. That's pretty much Rezo right now. And then even better, this guy's dropping Bloodstone charges every time too. It was correct that they had a ward there. So that'll get dewarded here by Solos. He plops it right on top of it, but it already served its purpose.
I would for this Weaver, but now that he's got the BKB and he's going into a Satanic, I'm starting to question how VP will be able to deal with him effectively in the next 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, I thought they were going to snowball enough to like punish him before even the BKB came out, but that did not happen at all.
And Sania down bottom, he'll get caught. Some rotations coming though. Is Liquid actually going to be able to do this? No one with the BKB. He'll pop it, just TP's out. And meanwhile in the lane, ILTW getting chased down. Hey, this is a dead Monkey King. Wow, that ends up being another disastrous attempt for VP. Meanwhile, mid, Solo now initiated on. They are actually getting ripped apart. Yeah, Solo's gonna live. It's a great kinetic field. No spear available.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They just lost their way. It's really all there is to it. Just did not get the mid-game plan that they wanted. I don't know if the itemizations weren't on the same page or what, but it just felt like Timber got hung out to dry. And he was ready to go for these towers, but he needs his whole team. And instead they were like kind of hunting on these side lanes and everything. And then obviously missing a lot of those kills is what really hurt. Because if they connect on those kills, then that transitions into a tower push. But they were constantly missing out on them. And then the Wind Ranger's still alive, and she just power shots the creep wave and drags it behind the tower, and that's it, right?
I think they needed this Monkey King to have a game a little bit more similar to what happened to the Morphling last time. And even though he is 7-4-6, those last couple deaths feel like they've really slowed down the MK's progress. Now they're going to go in onto Mickey, Zayet's and no one making this rotation, but there's his BKB. Now what's the plan? Zayet just gets turned on. No one is going to try to TP out. Magic Immunity will still be there. So he does live, but I mean, that was
pretty much doing it again. They're
9-second BKB.
They're transitioning into last game's plan of just cutting waves and creating chaos and forcing fights.
What a bounty!
And Sania
just
almost died to Triads. That was a little close for comfort.
Yeah, you know no one's definitely thinking about TPing it, so Taiga's gonna escort Insania back to base because they don't know exactly where the wards could be.
Okay, the second Orchid is done.
Does it
and
matter?
BKB for Monkey King. I don't know, but these are two big items. And if these don't make any difference, then I'm really nervous for Virtus Pro. This is a power spike they kind of have to fight around. I don't know that it's enough.
Oh, the Treants are going to spot out this Roshing, and they have the BKBs. Maybe this is it.
They don't kill Roche particularly fast. There's no Deso on the side of Liquid.
They got the bug, though. It's doing work.
And the bug helps, yeah. But still, Roche at about half HP. I mean, VP are going to get here in time. Solo starts things off. Kinetic Field. They got the Static Storm. Now the BKBs get popped. That's a good start. Rezo in deep, though. Shackled up. His teammates nearby, but Arena comes down.
They got the tree again.
Handled. Monkey King stunned. Now he's on the low ground. Hasn't popped the BKB yet. Glimpse back onto Boxy. ILTW now uses the magic immunity, trying to do some damage with the bulwarks there. He can't really click through it. They lose Solo. Looking like a rough fight for VP. No one from the high ground pops his BKB. They kind of want Mickey, but ILTW gets destroyed by the Blue Drake. 1 for 3. Liquid all day long. 2K swing.
Oh, Zayats. That is a Radiant. Oh, they dusted him, though. They found him.
Oh, no. Okay, that's going to make it a 1 for 4.
They scanned, so then they just dusted and blinked and found him. Man, this Wind Ranger pick was so good. Taiga has destroyed this game. Like, between the power shots constantly cutting the trees and ruining the game for ILTW, and just the pickoffs being impossible on the hero because he's just so quick on the wind run.
Down in the bottom lane, seeing a little battle. No one gonna find what he can. Gets another kill onto Insania.
We should just erect a memorial for him here, dude. He just keeps dropping down here.
Yeah, sounds about right. I don't know what VP do at this point, though. I think Liquid have pretty effectively dismantled them. And this fight, again, is going to be Liquid's favor. They've got the numbers advantage. Taiga taking a lot, but he'll survive the onslaught. Now they just turn the other way. Spear sets up onto Rezo. Buys him a couple seconds, but I don't think Rezo's going to survive. No one does bring down Taiga.
There's no balanced strike here.
Aegis coming on back. Boxy, good use of the bulwark. This is actually VP's fight. They were able to rotate fast enough. Can they get more? Koikva, no BKB. Does have that Elder Dragon for him, but certainly not going to waste it here. TP forward from no one. Has to TP out as he does slow down Mickey. Can't take the heat. Now Monkey King, he is getting destroyed. Mickey not afraid to trade right clicks. Wukong's command comes down, but Koikva is just too beefy. No one
coming back. Oh, they missed the balance.
Zayats falls. No one does come down to finish off Koikva, but they still have the problem of the weak fever. Mickey running around unchecked. He's going to start going blow for blow with no one. ILTW comes back in, and now they've got him.
Oh, baby.
No one was just tanky enough to bait it up, and all 5 of Liquid are down. It's a full 5-man wipe. Unbelievable.
You know all those like feeds on the side lane and random people dying, slowly whittling down those BKBs? That is what it's for. Like, you know, trying to create these moments where these fights break down and they get extended, and finally it was Liquid, after staying on their side of the map for the longest time. That was like the first push they have done in so long, heading for that tier 2 tower, and man, did it bite them. That was a 6x streak ended for Koikva to no one. No one got the kill on Boxy for 300, and the kill on Mickey for 673, and the kill on Insania for 296. So if you want to look at that inventory of no one, he's pretty damn fat right now.
He is the carrier. The carrier has arrived. He's played this Prophet just about perfectly in terms of putting pressure on, finding these little pickoffs. Like, even after they lost the fight before the one we just saw, what's his first play? I'm going to go solo kill Insania down bottom. It's free money.
It's just crazy how fast it flips when Liquid are forced to be aggressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, when, you know, they get punished for not having their cooldowns and just staying a bit too long. They've just been playing so well this whole time, just always being the ones bouncing back after it's VP initiating.
The BKBs on Weaver and Dragon Knight are so key to their success in these team fights. And I think that's the key thing Liquid need to make sure they play around. Not overcommitting when they don't have the cooldowns, as you said.
Well, part of it was they also, like, after a couple of these fights that were going well for them, like the Roche and everything, they didn't have time to back and buy stuff. So, like, they had a lot of flat gold just sitting there. Like, now there's a Blink Dagger for Taiga. Like, that completely changes his game. Might have needed that stuff before pressing forward there.
Force, Blink, and Spirit Vessel. Yeah, this Wind Ranger's got a decent amount of farm.
Still no way of dealing with the Orchid, though, other than Force Staff. Again, because she doesn't, you know, she wants to go damage after.
Great scan from Liquid.
Oh my god, that's a 0, dude, on Rezo. I didn't even notice till now. Ouch.
An actual 0.
I don't think I've seen that in quite a while. And he only has 5 deaths, so it's just like literally he got the Bloodstone and then his game ended.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he hasn't been getting anything.
Well, and they buffed. I know they changed it a while ago. Now you only lose 3 charges when you used to lose half of your Bloodstone charges every time you died.
Yeah, and now it starts with 14 too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Although that is sort of a weird change. Like the half really hurts when you're rolling, but the steady -3 hurts you more when you're already on lower charges. You know. Well, I guess it doesn't really. Half of 6.
Either way, it's, you know, death bad.
Yeah.
Regeneration.
Yep. Can this Prophet carry it? Satanic is going to be a big pickup, and he is almost level 25.
I mean, what are the big things that have changed? Like the BKB, obviously, for the Monkey King, is going to make a big difference in these team fights. Already has before. Then plus he's not, honestly, half of those team fights for the first half of this game, he was stunned for 4 seconds, like every single fight, from just getting his tree knocked down, which is pretty brutal.
Yeah, that's not how you want to start things as the Monkey King, that's for sure. Both man, they're gonna go on to Rezo. Look good with the quick initiation, and I think they're just gonna let it go. VP not gonna try to react and say, you know what, Rezo, sorry. And Zayet's also gonna linger a bit too long.
Dude, this game's gonna go on for like an hour. If you're ever on the other side of the map, the game just feels bad right now.
For both teams.
Yeah, it never feels good to be like playing aggressive with these heroes.
Uh-oh. When both teams realize act, that's when we're gonna get into stalemate territory. Although Liquid seem like they want to put some pressure on. Maybe force a buyback here if possible.
I mean, this Weaver has Satanic and BKB up. Like, he should definitely be in the front. Like, there's no way he can die. Unless there's an Aghanims on Disruptor, this guy cannot die without getting off his stuff.
There's no one pressuring that bottom tier 3. There's tier 2 standing in the side lanes for Virtus Pro, so most they can lose here is this mid lane of Barracks. They use the glyph. They keep the tier 3 standing with like 2 HP.
And they have to send Mickey down bottom, too.
Prophet gets a little bit of chip damage. That's 700.
Mid lane.
Meanwhile, mid. They'll find Insania. He's going to be the one to get left behind. Monkey King comes walking on in.
It's like there's this tax for crossing the river. You will lose a hero.
Yeah.
You must pay the toll.
I mean, for Liquid, it's kind of a bummer. You didn't even get the tower out of that. You got it down really low.
There was a tier 2.
There was a tier 2.
And tier 3s mean nothing now anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right, so why'd you commit for it and lose your Grimstroke?
They wanted to get buybacks.
Well, sort of. They didn't.
Didn't they get Rezo's bought? Didn't
Rezo bought back, but...
Yeah, there you go. That counts.
Yeah.
That's fine.
They needed to sound the retreat a little earlier.
Well, you know, Grimstroke's not quite as fast as his friends. He's got brown boots, Aether Lens. Everyone else is like blink, Shakuchiing, Wind Run. Insania is just so slow compared to everyone else.
That's not an understatement, dude. That's well, 5 heroes top.
Man, Inkswell's busted this game. We have so many blink targets.
You're right back the other way. VP look for some counter pressure, and they sacrifice Zayet.
Cross the river, dude. Someone gotta die.
Radiant are scanning.
Very odd tempo to this mid game. We're 40 minutes in now. And I'm not really sure who's winning, to be honest. It is favoring Liquid at the moment in terms of, like, feels like map momentum, but it is VP that has the gold lead, so it's hard to gauge. Monkey King has Scotty now, so that is pretty nice. Mickey, he's all by himself, but they're not going to be able to punish this. Right back down the other way now. Liquid. We go on high ground. We want this tier 3. Smoke up from VP in the base. They might look for a wraparound play.
It just became a Roche game at this point. Both teams are feeling like they want that edge,
Aegis.
you know?
Yeah.
No, nice one back. So,
Okay, I think can they finish him off? He might just arena, and they could try to turn. There's no Weaver here, though, so Liquid not going to have the superior numbers. And it is just a pick on to Boxy. Now looking for more. Insania might be the next target. It's a decent soul bind, but BKB, Monkey King, going to try to go blow for blow with Koikba. Pops the Wukong's command. BKB about to expire on DK as Boxy jumps back in, but a great static storm stops the arena. Insania falls. Back from Solo. Now the arena comes down. Stun on the Monkey King, but no one. Right back in the front line, doing a lot of damage. Taiga, he's going to be the next to fall. Koikba, though, he gets resolution in return. It's a very even fight so far, but Liquid look like they're starting to run out of gas. They have to commit another buyback. Monkey King getting a lot of right clicks. Mickey still alive. They kill Zayas now. It's going to turn in favor of Liquid. VP getting overwhelmed with all the buybacks. No one does get that quick cleanup kill. Boxy comes on the halberd. Disarm. It might be just enough. No one's going to fall, and the Disruptor can't get in there to do anything. Boxy taking some damage, but he'll survive on 100 HP.
Did you see when I came trying to get that gem back?
I did not.
He misclicked it like twice. He had an empty inventory slot, and he just walked over it, and then he tried to go back, and then he just died. That was very frustrating,
bad,
I'm
man.
sure. Yeah, not great. And yeah, no buybacks coming out here for the Monkey King, and obviously Rezo already used his, so they can safely head into the pit. And
so in that fight, 3 buybacks were used, 2 on the Dire, 1 on the Radiant, and it did end up being a slight gold gain for Liquid despite the additional buyback. But now that they'll secure Rogue, it will all prove worth it. Aegis Cheese, now in the hands of Liquid.
well, after committing for the Orchid so early, that delayed this Vlad's until 42 minutes for the bounty. I mean, Jesus, that doesn't show you how important these aura items are, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. Because damn, he still wants it.
Auras are good. It's feeling like he needs a Force Staff now. Mickey level 28 on this Weaver. Aegis, Satanic, BKB, and Daedalus. He is a force to be reckoned with. I am scared of this bug.
Zero chance of contesting here. I mean, there's no tier 2s down on the side lanes, so just chill. No point trying to mess with them. They're definitely going to get this. Oh, Spider likes Weaver, by the way.
Oh, man, that's pretty scary. Now, Trent, I got a lore question for you. Is Weaver an arachnid?
I don't think so. Doesn't he have 6? Doesn't he have 6 legs? So he's an insect?
So does he have 2 legs on the ground, and then he's got 2 arms up top? I don't know if those extra arms count.
No, there's 2 on the ground, and then he has 2 up front. He's like 4 on the ground and 2 up top. Yeah.
Okay, so he's got 6 total. Yeah, not an arachnid. All right.
No, come on, man.
Good.
Don't be crazy.
I'm just glad you know the difference between an insect and an arachnid, bud. Come on now. Let's see. Yay. All those years studying biology really paid off.
I tell you.
That was a nice time lapse.
And he's got the tome, too. Dude, he's going for the 30. He wants it.
Is the Weaver 30 pretty good?
It's like, yo, I'm almost level 18, guys. And Mickey is just taking the tome.
It's like, fuck you, bot. I'm almost level 30.
Do you guys want level 3 soul bind? Nah, that's cool. Yes, can I have 25 seconds less on my cooldown? Nah. Go find it yourself, dude. You're almost there. You can do this. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and go find some XP.
Just go kill some creeps in the jungle and see. Yeah, you got this.
Every time I go on the side lane, they kill me. Oh, whatever.
What do you grab at level 20 on Grimstroke? Do you do the 3 hits to kill Phantom or the cast range on Stroke of Fate?
I think the Phantom. I mean, I can't imagine games where it would be much better on the Stroke. Like the Phantom's
already feels
so
like it has a pretty good range. I mean, yeah. Plus 650 is a lot, to be fair.
That definitely screams like a level 30 thing that you get. I mean, in this game, I would definitely want the Phantom for the Timber Slogs. It just ruins them. Makes them so sad.
We're looking for Monkey King. Meanwhile, the Radiant Jungle battle breaking out. Not a 5v5, but it will still favor Liquid. It looks like no one with the Satanic sustaining back. And now VP having
have the resources. They're trying to finish off the DK, but he will live. A nice arena from Boxy. No one goes down first. He buys back. Now the Wukong's command flies.
Nice shackle.
Red Fight, Liquid trying to get out of dodge, but Taiga sets it up, and that'll be the end of Rezo. Also setting up for a layup onto ILTW. No one back in. Loses his TP.
The dieback.
This is going to be a big fight for Wukong, and indeed a dieback for no one. Dude, that is...
Stick a fork in him, Jerry.
Holy shit, that's it. They know it's a game ender.
Yeah.
Oh, mama, we're going to game 3. Liquid just dismantle Virtus Pro.
What a strange couple of games, dude, where it's just like both times one team is just feels like they're in total control, and then suddenly it almost felt like they got... Maybe it's what else could they do? Maybe they just need to...
Light, fluffy comedy, but the Puck reference, dude, that's where Puck comes from. The lore of this hero is based in A Midsummer Night's Dream, and that when I learned that, I was like, okay, 100%, no looking back. This is the best Shakespeare ever written because it influenced. And Heroes of New Earth tried to copy that even more. Remember, they had a hero named the Dark Lady, and that's who inspired so many of those Shakespeare sonnets. His mysterious Dark Lady. Who was the Dark Lady? Whom? The world may never know. So here we go. Draft for game 3. We are ready to rock. Bands looking similar. Techie's Treant, removed again by Liquid. Shadow Demon, Phoenix, Ember Spirit, this time taken out by Voidus Pro. First pick will be in the hands of Liquid, which of course means BP. Well, they get the 10th and final pick of the draft.
And have they changed up anything since the first game? First game, when Liquid had first pick, they got rid of the Shadow Demon, the Ember, the Void Spirit, and the Oracle. So this time, they're going to take care of the Phoenix, because that's what Liquid first picked, so they get rid of it. Liquid don't want to deal with this Tiversaw anymore, because it was annoying both games. Perhaps a sign of the Lycan to return?
Maybe. I don't know. So we didn't see Lycan in game 2. We saw Liquid play Lycan in game 1, and it didn't go very well. Would you feel confident picking Lycan in game 3 if you're Liquid? Like, do you chalk that up to draft, or? If
I can save it for the second phase, then yes. I think that's fine.
All right, that's a thought.
I don't want to take it too early.
But here it is. Pressure on Liquid. What is the opener? You got Coddle?
I like their Grimstroke. I think Grimstroke's the way to go.
I think so too, because it protects you from the enemy going Lycan. And there it is. There it is. Kind of feel like Grimstroke is what enabled them to win that last game. There were so many Inkswells that changed team fights. Like, okay, this is bad for Liquid, but a 3-hero stun. Thanks, Grimstroke.
It made it so they weren't punished for having double cores with blinks while the Weaver was still farming quite a bit. Like, they could actually enable a lot of the damage and additional control, because if Mars or DK blink on you with Inkswell, it's a ton of damage, it's a long stun, and it fully sets up for the next stun. Either DK just simply chains, or Mars can angle his spear so he doesn't even need to arena. And then that means you can throw down the arena on other people and create additional kills from the chaos. Now, what is the answer to Grimstroke? I mean, that's one of the reasons why he's such a good pick, right?
I don't know.
Nothing feels good versus Roots and Leashes.
No, like Soulbind just feels sort of like a coup de grace type spell. It doesn't have really a counter.
I'd love to hear how these two are related. Okay, what about
huh?
Of all the spells, coup de grace?
Well, not that spell. I mean, the saying of, it's like the finisher. You have no counterplay to it.
Probably should pick something that's not a Dota spell.
I meant the actual phrase, not the fucking PA spell. My bad on that. But I don't know. I mean, like, Lincoln's isn't really a counter the same way a lot of these big targeted ultimates can be.
Oh, that was great. Probably not Disruptor again, though, right?
How is this like the PA crit? I don't understand.
Tusk.
No, they take Tusk this time. Interesting.
Not good versus Soulbind.
No.
Because if you
can't snowball.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It all depends, right? It's like, as long as the guy is tethered to someone else, you can make it work. But if he's alone and soulbound, you can't blink in. You blink in, suddenly you're tethered to him, and now you snowball.
10 seconds remaining.
But if your two friends get bound, then you can grab them.
Weaver.
The Weaver.
Weaver again.
Wow, guys, look. Okay. It's Grimstroke Weaver by Team Liquid. Who would have thought?
Yeah. It's good. I got no beef. I can't complain. It's a little predictable, but hard to deal with. We saw how effective the Weaver was last game. Just a nice elusive core. So one of the great things about Weaver as a core, you can just get in the back line. Like, he really gets pick of the litter in terms of targets that he wants to destroy.
Again, the troll. So, the bat's still in this time.
What are VP going to pair with the Tusk? Is there any potential for a Clinks here? Now they ban out the Lycan. Okay, and they pick up Rubik. Great to have against Weaver. I guess this is a potential counter to Grimstroke. You can Rubik it up.
Yeah. This guy was ignored for way too long today.
Yep.
I thought for sure he was coming out game 1. And then ignored completely game 2 as well.
Ten
We'll
seconds
see,
remaining.
probably going to be for Zayats, I feel like, and Solo will just take like a position 5 Tusk.
seconds remaining.
I feel like that's the way to do it, but we'll see. I don't really like the position 5 Rubik.
We also can't forget about the Lone Druid. That hero has been absent so far in this series, and one that we've seen Liquid run a couple of times. One of the Koikva classics.
Oh yeah, that's a very good point. That and the Broodmother too.
Okay, yeah. We've seen the Brood prioritized a lot less throughout this event so far, but
Yeah, it
a
got
couple of
banned
those
last game.
bans. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely still feasible here. They could do, what could they do? They're trying to plan out the rest of their draft because they have the 9th pick. So you basically want to figure out your next 3 picks because you pick 3 heroes and they pick 1 in that same time frame. And they'll start with the DK.
And they go back for the DK. So that's likely your Koikva hero.
Could easily be Mickey's too, though, for sure. It could be Boxy's as well, right? Again, the Soul,
True.
the Inkswell, I
True.
think, just really helps. And another good Soulbind hero, as we just saw.
Yep, Inkswell's great on DK. Another stun that you can utilize with the
10
Soulbind.
seconds remaining.
How good is, like, let's say they just want the Mars next, too.
5
Again, I mean, we got
seconds
3 of the same 5 heroes already. The Mars, like, downsides Snowball because it's kind of a single target initiation, but you also have to be, like, in the arena to get the Snowball or, like, just
Yep.
outside.
Tuck has an option, but I don't think it's necessarily a deterrent to pick up Mars. They just seem so confident with the hero, and Boxy's so damn good at landing those spears.
It's like a... Oh, DP's banned. Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, percent-based damage would be kind of nice versus this DK. They could Monkey again. Oh, that's not percent-based. That's the big spells. They've tried this a couple times.
So
They
is
took a
this-
victory over Virtus Pro Prodigy a couple days ago with this.
Didn't we talk about a support Luna
Yeah,
yesterday?
that was just YapSort doing YapSort.
That was just some yappy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is your position 1 carry. And of course,
10
they've changed the
seconds
aura
remaining.
around. That little period of time when it gave you percentage increase to your
5
stats
seconds
is no
remaining.
longer a thing.
I don't even.
Just,
What are the numbers on now? It's base damage of 15, 20, 25, 30, and base armor of the same values.
It's not percentage, it's just
No,
flat.
no, it is percentage.
Oh, it is
I didn't
percentage.
say
Okay.
that, but yeah.
So we don't see Luna that much. So just want to, get all of our friends in Twitch chat up to date with the latest
Oh,
in
yeah.
the Moon Rider
Dude,
meta.
There's some heroes that you just gotta read them every time because if you haven't watched Dota in the past 6 months, you might be confused. Like, I love that post. The guy's like, "What does Undying Ult do?" Like, seriously. I mean, that spell has been changed so many times. Just like,
Can we
yeah,
get the
it's
old
true.
one back? I miss the old Undying ult.
I liked the percent damage per second. I thought that one was sick. It felt really good. Then he felt like
that
a
one
really
was-
good counter pick against those strength cores.
Being able to just amp up your teammates when you're 0 and 10 as a position 5 Undying feels pretty good. Now you pop that ulti and you're like, guys, I'm a little bit stronger. Now they kill me in 10 hits instead of 7.
Yeah, it is a strange one.
Now what
And,
a
like, you have
liquid
to
one.
right-click people. Like, I don't want to right-click people as Undying. I want to hide in the back line and throw a bunch of soul rips behind my tombstone.
I don't want to give my Undying farm.
All right, well,
Liquid chewing through the reserve time.
it's time for the double pick of things that you don't want banned. So what is the big thing you really want? Whose hero do you care about the most is the big question.
I'm trying to think of arguments against the Mars right now. And I'm not coming up with much.
I think
besides what you
there's
mentioned with Tusk.
numerous heroes for Boxy.
Turn to battle.
Oh, please. That's probably Taiga. That'll probably just be Mickey on the Weaver.
That would be my guess. Were you thinking it's a
match is pretty
core
good versus-
shaker at first?
Well, I was just I
Boxy
literally
shaker?
thinking Boxy, and then I got all excited, and I'm like, probably not, though.
But
But
we'll have
maybe.
to see how the lanes unfold. But yeah, I mean, core shaker's not terrible.
10
Like this hero does a lot with
seconds
farm. He can really accelerate. It's
The problem is he's 100% lane dependent, and you don't have 10th pick.
remaining.
That's when he can still pop
Yeah.
off every once in a while.
yep. Well, we'll call it a 5% chance that he's a core shaker here.
I thought they might want to try the Ricky, because I was actually just looking back at this game that VP Project vs. Pro played, and they did get run down. They got absolutely obliterated by this Luna, but they tried the counter pick with the Ricky that they like a lot, and kind of seems like, I don't know, a hero that could mess with Luna a lot.
And I like the idea of trying to find a hero that can maybe deal with stacks. That's what I think of with Luna, is early aggression and clearing out stacks. And if you can, kind of like Bristleback, if you can invade at that right time, kill her when she's at that critical moment in the jungle with maxed out glaives, that's how you really cripple her momentum.
Yeah, I also wouldn't mind just like taking all their towers too, because like Luna, she's not as fast as she was like back in the olden days.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
They banned the Razor. All right, someone else that plays very high tempo. I think he matches up with the Luna very well. And also pretty annoying against DK. Somebody that can actually threat certain points.
Razor is also a notorious stack stealer, but obviously that would be for Virtus Pro. And they will take the Ricky. Okay,
wow,
they're gonna go for it. So that's why I was wondering about the Earthshaker pick though. So now what is Boxy playing? Does that actually mean it is a Boxy Shaker, or is it a Boxy Weaver? I guess that's also fine. They just have a lot of flexibility here. But the thing about Ricky, it's like, because when I think about the old counters to Luna, I feel like PA used to be a pretty big go-to, because you just like stick on her and try and blow her up. And Ricky gets to do that, plus has the nuisance of the smoke cloud. And is just like a stronger hero at the moment who doesn't need as much enabling as a Phantom Assassin does. Virtus Pro. Now, you got to figure out here. What are we doing? Do we need a save to get people out? Like, Tusk can kind of save people if he does like a nice roll through, but that's very hard to execute. Stampede? Centaur? No one? Nature's Prophet?
That sounds pretty good. That gives you some solid lane setups.
It's like kind of good versus the Soulbind too, as long as you're coordinated.
Great team fight. Yeah. Hey, look at you with the snipe. I like this last pick a lot. I'm very excited to see this. I don't know how good Luna is right now. This hero feels very hot or cold.
They're teasing us. Look at them. Look at them teasing us. Who's it gonna be, guys? Come on.
Boxy Weaver.
Of course it is. I know.
All right. A moment of hope, though. A moment of hope as Taiga picks up the Shaker. So Koikfa's going to grab the Dragon Knight, and Mickey will be the one to play the Ricky Maru here. So do you think Liquid have the tools to handle this Luna? Or do you think ILTW is going to pop off? Like, to me, she is the ultimate momentum carry. Where when she gets ahead, she can power farm so quickly. She can recover pretty fast, but her range is so small that she really struggles to play from behind. What?
I don't know. It's interesting seeing the Luna again. I don't know how to feel about her quite yet. Obviously, like their last game, again, I'll just bring this up here. The last game they played was a crushing victory over Virtus Pro Project. Like, it was just disgusting. I don't even know how much that can be put on the Luna, but ILTW went 7-0-4, so I guess quite a bit. Looks like he just got a super early helm and just started running them down. Like,
she feels so delicate. You know, when everything lines up right, she's almost unstoppable in games like that. When you get, if you like win the lane in the first couple minutes, for example, and you're free farming and you have stacks, you accelerate at a stupid pace. But
it's an interesting build though. It looks like this is what he does, is he rushes the helm first.
Huh. I wonder why helm in particular.
Just like trying to 5-man, right? I think that makes quite a bit of sense. He goes like helm into treads, wand, dragonlance. So just like super value items.
Have no right.
5-man Dota.
Contract complete.
You should have known better.
That sounds all right.
Complete.
I definitely like the Centaur pick a lot for the reasons stated in the draft. I think that was a nice snipe. And no one did look really good on the Prophet, even though the mid game got a little bit sketchy. Now they have a better tower siege too. Of just like they have an actual frontliner in the Luna. Problem, they don't have very strong saves in Luna, and they also did put solo on that Rubik. I don't know. I mean, I know Zeitz plays the Tusk and he's very good at the Tusk and everything. I just kind of hate position 5 Rubik.
The 5 Rubik, yeah.
But it is a Weaver, so to be fair, that's a big difference when it comes to position 5 Rubik. Like, position 5 Rubik already has way more value against Weaver and Earthshaker because they're such easy steals. Especially the Shikuchi. There's pretty much nothing Weaver can do to deal with that, right? If there is a sentry down, you're guaranteed to get Shikuchi.
Yes, in terms of steals, absolutely. I can't help but shake, though, how good these mobility heroes have looked. There's been a couple games over the last few weeks where we've been a little cynical on these like lack of control drafts that feel very pickoff reliant. But and more often than not, it seems like the pickoffs are the key to finding victory. Ricky and Weaver are just so elusive with an ink swell on top of that.
Yeah, once the Stampede's down, they are kind of stuck in place here for a lot of these VP heroes. That's true. Oh, Luna's pretty speedy still, isn't she? She is 25. Look at that.
She is fast. I'm less concerned about her and more about her backline. Like this Rubik, for example, I think he's going to be food in a lot of these fights.
Yeah, he's going to have a rough go. The Ricky, just dead. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think I'm favoring Liquid ever so slightly. I'd give it like a 55-45 kind of vibe. Now, ILTW will start in the quote-unquote off lane here. They're going to put Centaur down bottom for VP and start with an aggro try.
You should have
secure this Luna's farm, and I guess shut down the Ricky at the same time.
Use that aura while you can, right? You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I would say I'm also favoring Liquid the more I just kind of look at, like, the way I envision a mid-game fight turning. I was like, what happens when Luna gets fissured? Like, what is your immediate response as Virtus Pro? Like, do you Stampede as Rezo, by the way, is taking a ton of damage down here, and he might get out, but it's going to cost him a lot in terms of damage and regen.
There's a nice fissure to start it off for Taiga.
Yeah, pretty free. I mean, at least Boxy took a lot of damage from the Retaliate. Got that going for you. But
mid lane should be a sleeper. No one versus Koikba. DK versus Prophet. It's going to be a farm fest there. Up top is the spot to watch.
Yeah, I'm not expecting... I mean, maybe Rezo will go down again, but he's now under his tower for a little bit. And, oh, he did get the pull-off from Taiga, though. Yeah, so Rezo's going to have a bit of a rough time again. I worry that the saves don't look that great for LTW. I feel like that could be somewhat of a problem.
Yeah.
As an Inkswell now in the Zayas, he's level 1. They know he only has the tag team. They will get him with the stun. They even bring Taiga with the Fisher to guarantee the kill, and that is first blood for Mickey.
Already rough for VP. This is the lane you've got to secure. Taiga's been on point already with this Earthshaker. 2 good fissures. We are in proper try on try. So Weaver should be able to handle the Centaur solo, I think. Something good for resolution now, not in a 2v1. Up top, though. Inkswell, they're going to go in onto Zayats, and this is part of the problem with this tri-lane for VP. The Inkswell is so scary in these close quarters. And it's also so easy for Ricky to get value out of it. He can wait until the last second, blink strike in, and you don't really have a great out to prevent the stun if you're VP. That Ricky taunt, though, I don't even get it. What is it?
Ah, he's just dancing, dude. He's just hanging out. Yeah, I think it's just supposed to be maximally annoying, because that's kind of what Ricky's all about, you know, especially in the general Dota player's eyes. I remember Ricky being the complete bane of the existence of me when I first started playing Dota, and I feel like everyone kind of feels that way. Well, I guess it's different now, because now he gets the ulti at level 6.
It is different, yeah.
I mean, I guess when I first started playing, he also got the ulti level 6.
He was the ultimate low-tier pub destroyer, for sure. Rezo is going to go down solo against Boxy in the bottom lane. That's a big win for the Weaver.
Yeah, he was completely out of regen, and then eventually, like, level 4, it makes a lot of sense why that would be a perfect time for the bug, right? Because he gets the swarm, so it's like, okay, I'm just going to take the kill with swarm and geminate now.
Oh.
Rezo just no option but to come back down.
The tri-lane continues up here. Luna is getting better farm than Nikkei at the moment.
Not by much, though.
Pushing in. Yeah, this big wave's coming.
And net worth-wise, Nikkei's still ahead as well.
Yep, the kill's certainly helping. Zayats does pop tag team. Take some harassment.
It's so free, though. It's only like an 18-second cooldown. Like, they could maybe find some aggression if they really want on the side of Liquid. Could just, like, jump solo. I'm not sure there's a lot of answers for them.
I like the lore. Oh, okay. Ricky takes a Lucent Beam. Be fine. I like the lore on this taunt. The only thing more dangerous than an unseen assassin is the one who allows himself to be seen.
Oh.
Very deep.
Bruno's been writing lore again.
Saucy. I mean, to be fair, writing lore for taunts is probably not the easiest job.
It makes sense. It was an accurate description.
Now I want to know what the lore is for the Tide backstroke.
All right, I'll find it for you.
A striking lack of kills, though, given that we're in a tri-lane on tri-lane scenario. 5 minutes will turn.
It's like a fish out of water.
All right, that one's...
That's pretty good.
I have a lot more respect for the Ricky one now. After.
All right, under the tower. Onto the Ricky.
Fight. Zayats jumps in. It's Taiga that's going to be the main target. Some quick initiation, but they turn with a good fissure. No one has joined the party. So have the superior numbers, but an Inkswell for the ages. Liquid have turned this around completely. They hit inferior numbers, but Taiga makes it back. It's already the 1 for 3, and Nick A on the Rick A, trying to chase down no one. Hits him with some tricks of the trade. This is going to be a tough one. How far is Mick A going to go?
Fast. The treads, but he has the orb.
And into the tower, no one will fall. Taiga taking credit. Dude, talk about your all-time 5-minute disaster.
That's crazy. They rotate. How many heroes was that? that was 4 heroes, right? I'm not crazy. And then you end up losing the engagement.
That was an Inkswell Ravage, essentially.
All 4 of them died. That is crazy. That was an 851 gold bonus for the Dire. And 800 XP too.
And
of which
they only lost their position 5.
Yeah. Mid lane, another 4-man Fisher. What is happening? Why is Taiga ravaging the side of Virtus Pro?
Well, Boxy, he's got a ton. He's going to go right back
Boxy,
in.
no.
There's the Stampede. Boxy, TP out. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
The Sprout.
Solo, the master baiter in the back line.
Got it.
Man, he did not take that into account. He was like counting the studs. He's like, oh yeah, I'm good. I got this guy. Solo's gonna die. Easy kill.
Centaur's level 6. Are you kidding me? Well, this is still great for Liquid. I mean, despite all that, you've got an open lane in the bottom. Taiga's like, hey, I'll take a little farm. This sounds okay to me. This is one super rich Earthshaker for 7 minutes.
Yeah, he already has his Tranquils done. And as he said, is getting that free space. So, perfect situation against a team that you know wants a 5-man early. And Sadie will go down to the rotations from no one. But the faster the Blink Dagger, the more dangerous these 5-mans will be. Might be more quick, but trying to take advantage of this movement. In the mid lane as no one TP's back in, but still going to be getting a lot of pressure. And a Courier.
The Koikster snipes a Courier.